Carlsbad Artesia, 66 degrees, and Hobbs and Lovington at our radio studios at 63 degrees. A degree warmer for Lovington on Wednesday with highs in the lower to mid 60s, but 66 degrees in Carlsbad Artesia, 64 in Roswell, 20% chance for rain showers Wednesday. For W105 FM, meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Good morning, how are you?
All right, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day.
How are you so happy?
I'm optimistic.
I'm optimistic. We talked about this on Tuesday.
Hey, it's only Tuesday.
Tuesday's another one of my trigger words!
Yeah, I know.
But, you know.
Every day above ground is a good day.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, let's get it started then.
It's showtime.
And good morning to you. Another day in paradise. Question of the day. What was the question of the day? That was many hours ago that I sent the question of the day. It will come to me. Tom A. in the studio.
Morning.
I'm having a Tom A. moment about the question.
It is, how many boxes of cereal do you normally keep in the house?
There you go. Blake with the save.
How many boxes cereal?
Yeah, how many boxes of cereal do you have in the house right now? I'm going to give you my answer. The answer is 0. None.
That's what I thought.
None. We are not a cereal family.
But you remember back as a kid, you had the big old plastic.
Yeah, my mom would not spend money. We didn't get no dang food stamps. So my mom, and back in the day, the food stamps were actually stamps.
Yes, they were.
They came in that book, and you had to tear them off. And a lot of people would go in there with like a $20 and buy something cheap, and they would give them cash back.
Right, I remember that.
That way, mom and dad could go back in and buy, a 30-pack of beer.
Right.
They knew how to work that system.
Right.
And by the way, they thought they had fixed all that, but now people just sell their food stamps.
Well, I think they used to do that too when they were the tear-off things. That people would be like, "If you give me $50, I'll give you $100 worth of food stamps."
50 for 100.
I was kind of embarrassed going to stores like that. I mean, we were on it because our dad left us abandoned.
People nowadays, it's a badge of honor.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
It's a badge of honor. Look at me. I'm screwing the government. It's a badge of honor. I mean, when people go and buy that rib rack and, you're struggling to buy bologna and rice, it's a badge of honor. Yeah, it's their way of saying, look at me. I don't work and I'm eating better than you. At some point, I just want to go, hey, at least tell me thank you.
Right.
At least say thanks. And I think the whole food stamp idea needs to be revamped where it's just necessities. There is no reason in hell why a Starbucks Frappuccino should be able to be bought with food stamps. Soda should not be able to be bought with food stamps.
Agreed.
Candy should not be able to be bought with food stamps.
Agreed.
We need to completely revamp this thing.
It needs to be. It really needs, how WIC does for the women and children.
Exactly. WIC is a great program.
Yep.
Awesome program. Today is Holly Day. Look for the Evergreen Day, National Emo Day, National Hard Candy Day, and Oatmeal Muffin Day going on today. Car recently barreled into a parked SUV protecting Joe Biden's motorcade. Yeah, at the headquarters in Delaware, his campaign headquarters. He was getting ready to leave. And thank God Joe was wearing that special needs helmet. If you saw the look on Joe's face, he was completely bewildered. And then the accident happened, of course. Yeah, accident usually just happens in his pants, but it was actually it was accidental. The car just... It had nothing to do with Joe Biden. Joe was just there. And new reports, Anheuser-Busch has lost a lot of money, and supposedly just when Bud Light is making a comeback. Dana White, of course, UFC being sponsored by Bud Light. Mm-hmm. And recently, Kid Rock has said, okay, enough, I'm going back to Bud Light. And now the Anheuser-Busch workers are going on strike at the beginning of 2024.
Oh.
This could be disastrous if there's anybody that's still drinking Bud Light. But Kid Rock said he's going back.
Is he really going back, or is he just wanting the money?
No, he's going back. That is his beer choice, and his buddy, Dana White, is going back. So, UFC is now sponsored by Bud. Tom, yesterday we did the we I don't know why it came up, but we had the question about what's the percentage of the world that uses toilet paper.
I said 100%.
Do you have any idea what the number is?
I'm going to say closer to 40.
I actually looked it up.
I said 40.
Did you say 40? Yeah.
75%.
Wow.
Of the world does not use toilet paper.
Does not use. Wow.
Yeah.
That's stinking.
Only 25% do. Well, no, it's not stinky, Tom, because of bidets and things like that.
Yeah, well, and soap and water. I mean, what's cleaner, soap and water or toilet paper?
You can wet the toilet paper, I guess.
No, you don't wet the toilet paper.
Well,
it's soap and water.
I bet it goes along with, flush toilets as well.
Well,
because if you go to Turkey and places like that,
a lot of places can't afford toilet paper. Yep. U.S. military, we talked about this a while back, that nobody wants to go into the military. Under Joe Biden, the U.S. military is at the smallest it has ever been in 89 years. 89-year low. All this talk about World War III, and we are not, we are ill prepared because we're more worried about woke policies. Crazy. Jim Ladd, legendary rock personality known for his freedom approach on radio. Mm-hmm. Close ties to artist, suffered a heart attack, passed away at the age of 75. Mm-hmm. And Jonathan Majors was found guilty of assault and harassment in a split verdict. Majors played a major villain in King the Conqueror and the Marvel Cinematic Universal Fate. Yeah. So he was found guilty of assault and harassment. You probably won't see him back on the tube. No, they're not going to
ask him back.
Well, it's part of the reason why they had to revamp some of the newer movies. Now, I know they're already kind of woke, but they had that whole story plot line done out, and then they, with the whole Ant-Man, Wasp, and the Quantumverse and all that stuff, and then the Loki TV show, and then when all this came out, they immediately shifted gears and said, we have to shift every storyline away from that.
Right. Yeah. Looks like the Meadows case, Mark Meadows, federal appeals court in Georgia yesterday rejected the bid for the former president, Donald Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, to transfer his election interference case from state to federal court. 3-member panel, they all voted against it. He couldn't even get one. So Mark Meadows was hoping that the case would be transferred to the federal system. And all this is, I'm going to be honest, is with Giuliani and Meadows and Trump, just a bunch of hooey. But I'm hoping they're all found innocent. That would be the best payback. All right, on the way, we're going to talk about Philadelphia becomes the first U.S. city to do this. And they must be smoking crack. I'll get to that. And a big decision yesterday, the governor of Texas. And there's also already cities in Texas that are fighting back from this. And we'll talk about that. And if you're buying gift cards for Christmas, beware. I'll tell you what to beware of, and the price of oil coming up. Quick check of the weather. being brought to you by All American Cleaners, family owned and operated, treating you like family. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes 17 pounds for $16.99. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and in Hobbs. They can dry clean your clothes, start you up. Check them out today, allamericancleaners.net. Sunny skies today, looking good. Winds out of the south, less than 10 miles an hour. 63 for the high today. Gradually becoming clear tonight. Little cloudy at the beginning of the evening. 38 tonight, and then increasing clouds tomorrow, and 65. Maybe some sun back by Friday, but it's going to be cloudy on Thursday and maybe a chance of morning rain. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Randy Pettigrew. He is your state rep in District 61. Look, the governor yesterday, I have the sound bites coming up. The governor is ramping up gun legislation.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to take this executive order, this health order, and turn it into legislation.
Well, of course she does. She's a power grabber.
Yeah, I will have more on that coming up, but you can count on one thing. Randy Pettigrew is going to be up in Santa Fe fighting to protect our Second Amendment rights. And I don't know if there's anything more they can do with abortion, but he's always a big, big fighter when it comes to battling this governor when it comes to abortion. I don't think there's anything worse that they can do when it comes to abortion because we already have abortion at birth.
Sad.
But Randy is a pro-life conservative. In fact, CPAC, the most conservative PAC out there, gave him an A+ rating. He's running for his third term, and he needs your help. If you can give to his campaign, please go to the website and check him out, RandallPettigrew.com. By the way, if you need help with anything, RandallPettigrew.com for more information. Tom in the text, our number 877-396-W105. Tweet of the day coming up. And this story out of Philadelphia is troubling. We'll get to that next.
All right, B, we got a couple of texts coming in on the question of the day. How many cereals do you have in your household? This one says, well, we have one bag of multi-meal Rice Krispie, says the texter. And that's pretty good. And hey, Tommy, are you supposed to be eating that kind of foods you were eating yesterday? Asked this one texter. I didn't go out and eat.
Oh, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Look, I'm going on vacation on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
So that Tahoe, just fill it up $70. So I'm not going to eat at all. I'm just going to eat at the house, save that money for the gas.
So what about yesterday?
Nah, I don't know where they got that from. I didn't go eat out.
It wasn't me.
No. There's a double out there, man. I think there's a double out there. Everybody has a double, right?
Another case of it wasn't me.
What?
And Kevin, you said you don't have cereal in the house. I have like granola and stuff, and I don't know if that counts as cereal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, that's a cereal.
And like rolled oats.
Oh,
but nothing in a box.
I used to have oatmeal, but then I've discovered I've had health experts saying oatmeal is not actually good for you.
Huh. Wow.
So I hear people saying it's good for you. I hear people saying it's not good for you. So I don't know which ones to believe.
Right.
I have always heard oatmeal is good for you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I love me some cream of wheat.
I do a little bit of oatmeal with some maple syrup in it and maybe some banana. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So Tom, you put extra sugar, right?
Well, I used to. I don't do cream of wheat anymore. Because it's wheat.
Bunch of butter, sugar.
Right. Toast.
Oh yeah, butter, sugar. Put some brown sugar.
Right.
We'll get it all done.
Yeah.
All of it.
So
that's the way he likes it.
Man.
No, but I don't, and I have a box of it. I haven't opened it.
I think I have some sugar in the house. I don't really know because I don't use it for sweetener. I use either maple syrup, honey, or agave syrup.
We use brown sugar more than but I still got, and I got donuts with sugar on it. So what the heck?
Well, that's the Tom A diet.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the Tom A diet is it. I was trying to play It Wasn't Me. Well, that is the beginning. I gotta clip this thing to where it's just It Wasn't Me.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff in there that you gotta drop.
Well, I did download the clean version, but I'll figure that out. All right, Philadelphia becomes the first city to ban sending illegal aliens back to their home country for medical care. So if you had somebody that came to America and they need long-term care like dialysis or they're a heart patient or whatever, we can't send them back now in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, Democrat-controlled city council voted that they would not send any illegal aliens back to their native country as long as they need long-term care. Who picks up the cost of this long-term care that you speak of?
Me and you.
So, Philadelphia, what you're not getting is that now you're going to get lots and lots of people needing long-term care. Congratulations. You've taken it to the next step. You really have.
Isn't that kind of like saying to Texas and Florida, hey, send everybody to us?
Yeah, please send them to Philadelphia. Greg Abbott yesterday signed into law a sweeping new powers to allow police officers to arrest migrants who cross the border illegally. Tom, your thought on this?
I never win that argument.
So I'm asking you your thought on this, that police officers in Texas can actually arrest migrants who cross the border illegally. Thought on that, please.
It's against the law, right? So, yeah, they have all right to arrest people.
So the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, of course a Republican, approved the sweeping new powers to allow police to arrest the migrants who cross the border illegally and give local judges the authority to order them to leave the country. So Texas judges would decide if they get to stay in the country or not. We're pretty much circumventing the immigration system.
Yes.
And testing limit on how far can the state go. Opponents of this measure said it's kind of like the immigration law that went into effect in 2010 that was called Show Your Papers Bill that was struck down by the Supreme Court.
Well, and you know this battle is going that high as well.
Yeah. But this is a different Supreme Court.
It is.
And why would we have a problem with people showing their papers? I'm going to be honest.
Why would
I have no problem showing my papers?
I got all my IDs.
Why would we have a problem with police arresting someone here illegally? And that's the federal government saying that's our jurisdiction and we're not going to do it. So therefore,
do
you
your
can't
damn
either.
job. Yeah, do your job. You can't have it both ways.
This also goes back to what you're going to talk about with the New Mexico governor. If a state can do what she's going to do, and I'll let you get to that on your own, why can't states defend themselves under other things? Like she says health order, but he's basically saying this is our Texas border sovereignty.
Right.
And really what he should do is say it's a health order. That's what he should do.
And Texas has every right to defend their border.
Right.
That's right.
Every right. And if any state has the right to do that, it would be Texas, because the rights that they were granted when they became a state.
Right.
Victims are warning that if you're buying gift cards this holiday season, make sure they're money on the gift cards. This woman bought a Target gift card for $200. And guess what? When the person she gave it to went to use it, the money was already drained from that account. So what they're doing is they're getting into the gift card before it leaves the store.
Oh, man.
And when you load it up, they get a verification saying $200 was added to this gift card. And then they take all the money off the gift card before you actually give it to the person you're giving it to.
Right.
In this case, it was not a Target gift card. It was a Visa card. And so Visa was able to give the money back, but in most cases, they might not be able to give that money back. Senator Cardin came out yesterday breaking his silence over the staffer who was fired over the sex tape in the hearing room. We do know a little bit more information about that case. Number one, there was another male involved, and it was posted on the internet. Now, if they made money from that, that takes things to a whole nother level.
Right? It's his OnlyFans page.
Yes. By the way, he went on to say he's angry, he's disappointed, and it was a breach of trust. But also said that he can't talk about it because it's a personal issue.
They always try to hide behind that.
It's personal.
Or
personnel. All right, tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving on 128 this morning, need fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles, fill her up at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Open to the public. It's large facility, covered area in case it's raining and maybe got snow, whatever the case. It keeps you out of the elements. They do accept all credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards, and they have unleaded green diesel, red diesel, and DEF. So next time you're on 128 need fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road and fill her up. All right, I love when this happens. Michael Knowles. They were doing IQ test, and you have some pompous person that has a PhD and this and that, and guess whose IQ was higher than hers?
Most people's.
High school graduate. Here we go.
Because she has a PhD and she took an IQ test next to some guy that she thought was just a dumb rube hillbilly. And the dumb rube hillbilly did better on the IQ test than she did.
I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry. Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida.
So number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee. Number 3 will be Tyler. And number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
I am not surprised by this. One of the biggest downsides to university expansion and to credentialism is that it convinces people that they're much smarter than they are.
By the way, she came out 5th out of 6 people. And the Marine, who is just a high school graduate, came in 3rd in the IQ test.
Not a surprise.
How many years did you go to college? I find it comical.
To get a PhD, probably at the minimum 6.
Yeah. And look, I have no problem with people going to college.
No.
But that doesn't make you smart all the time.
No. There's a lot of people that go to college that are dumber when they come out than when they went in.
I'm not going to say anything, Tom, about University of Texas Permian Basin. I'm not going to.
When we were administering IQ tests at various events for Mensa, that you learn that you can never judge anyone by credentials.
Right? Yeah. Yep. And you know, some of the people that have not even finished college. Look at the people that haven't finished college that have been very successful.
Right.
Bill Gates.
Right.
Bill Gates didn't finish college.
Steve Jobs.
Tim Cook didn't finish college. Michael Dell didn't finish college.
Right.
The list goes on, but they're very, very smart. And I think sometimes if you read a lot, you will pick up a lot of knowledge.
Absolutely. Especially when you're younger.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, the governor, let's talk about this. 219 guns seized by MLG's public health order as it went into effect. And the governor says that the emergency health order issued earlier this year is working so good to protect the public in Bernalillo County, they're extending it. And the governor said that the emergency order she issued earlier this year is working so well that gun violence is actually down. And me and Blake talked off the air. I would like to see the numbers that came before they started tracking. I would. But here is the governor talking, and she actually, for the first time, her office said accidental shooting when it comes to the 16-year-olds playing with guns at the in Albuquerque in the parking lot of the school. She did say accidental shooting. She did not say gun violence, but before she had said gun violence, it's not gun violence. It's simply an accident.
We had a tragic, terrible incident involving 2 juniors at an Albuquerque high school who had guns on a school property, which we all know kids can't have guns. Guns not allowed at school. And by all the information that we currently have, they were not intending to use those guns as weapons in a violent manner, but nonetheless, an accident occurred, and a 16-year-old lost his life, and another 16-year-old is facing any number of significant long-term issues.
So I am glad that she said that it was an accidental shooting,
Well, she had no choice.
because that's exactly what it was. Now, she did go on to say that more gun legislation is coming down the pike. She actually, if you listen to this, she said, doesn't matter if it's a 10-day session or a 30-day session, gun legislation is coming.
Gun violence is out of control. Violence is out of control. Public safety and crime is out of control. And I also want to put this in perspective for New Mexicans. It is out of control all across America. And that is not to sound defensive or say, so New Mexico's fine. We are not fine. Any violence in our communities is not acceptable. But we're seeing the same terrible trend lines. But I have to say, we're the only state in America that is attacking it in this way. And I stand by it. We're going to keep doing the work to make it better and better. To your point, 30-day session, if we have such a thing as a 10-day session, it's going to be a lot of public safety.
By the way, quit letting the criminals out of jail.
Right.
There you go.
I mean, if you stop letting the criminals out of jail, the number of crimes will go down. But you can't do that.
For a minute, I thought she was going to say it's the same criminals over and over again.
That's what I thought she was going to say.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It is the same people over and over and over. And it's to the point where the police officers and the DA and the judges are they're tired of seeing these clowns.
Mm-hmm. But
let's pass legislation that we lock their butt up and keep them in jail.
But no, she wants to pass legislation against accidents.
Right.
How do you do that?
You don't.
You can't.
Right.
You can't. So this governor wants to pass legislation to restrict your guns even more than. And look, Joe Biden's on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing the Democrats do well, and that is communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm. Coordinate.
And so Blake, the president is directing the states.
Yes, through the Justice Department. They issued yesterday. They issued a suggestion on what states should do as far as passing legislation requiring you to lock your gun in a safe and to put a trigger lock on it unless you are wearing it.
I'm going to be very, very honest. I am all about being a responsible gun owner.
Yes.
I'm also about educating kids about firearms.
Yes.
Back in the day, I didn't grow up in a house with guns. My dad was not a gun advocate.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was. So I go to grandfather's house, and there are guns everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
How many kids stole a gun or accidentally shot another kid or whatever back in the day? Those numbers
very few.
Minuscule.
Yeah. Very few.
But the governor is on the one thing. Crime across the United States is rampant.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that?
Starts at the
Weak
top.
leadership.
Yep. Starts at the top.
That's why. A new poll came out. Most Americans want businesses prosecuted for hiring illegal aliens. According to a brand new study that just came out, most Americans say that if you hire somebody that is illegal, they should the company hiring them should be prosecuted. Now, they looked at this on a Republican Democratic side. It doesn't matter. 68% total said that if you hire somebody illegally, they should be prosecuted, because we have guest worker programs. We have all these visas, and it circumvents the process. So if we would hit at the businesses doing the hiring, that might help fix the problem. But we got to have a twofold solution. And that is get people back to work. Make them go to work. Quit giving them all the benefits that they're getting. Force Americans to get their butts off the couch and go to work. It's twofold.
Right.
Yeah. Santa Fe Archbishop supports the Pope's decision to bless same-sex couples in the church.
Saw that.
The Pope came out with that today. I posted up, as a Catholic, it's time to get rid of this clown. This Pope is destroying the Catholic Church. It's to the point where the Catholic Church is not even Bible-based anymore. Quit reading scripture in church. Me and my wife are in total opposite when it comes to this. She said for me to go talk to the priest. I am, when we have a leader like this Pope that is destroying, and the Catholic charities giving money for immigration, not just in the United States, all over the world. I've got problems. I've got serious problems when it comes to the Catholic Church. I do. All right, Tom, Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. They are currently not hiring. They were hiring for a long, long time in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. They have filled all those positions. Who knows, after the beginning of the year, they might start hiring again. They offer the best benefit package out there and a great pay plan. They're a drug-free employer. And, of course, a equal opportunity employer. Go to the website, check them out, but they're not hiring. GreatOilfieldJobs.com.
West Texas Intermediate, $72.15. 77.66 for Brent oil and Brent crude rather, and $2.49 for natural gas. Quickly, B, we've got an accident to report, a wreck on highway, Loving Highway from Carlsbad going towards Loving. Texter wanted to know. I want to let us know that traffic is at a standstill. I just texted our source in Eddy County. Hopefully you'll give me more details on that. This report being brought to you by
our buddy Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Thought for the day coming up next. Michael Irvin is demanding a public apology from Sean Payton to Russell Wilson. Michael Irvin.
Right.
I mean, who are you to demand a public apology by Sean Payton to Russell Wilson? I get it. You were a Pro Bowler.
3-time Super Bowl champion.
Also, cocaine addict and prostitute addict.
Little trouble.
Right, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a little trouble. Yeah. I guess that wasn't him either. But look, Sean Payton is the coach of the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
He doesn't have to apologize to a damn person.
Nope.
And Michael Irvin, it's none of your business. Go worry about you and Dion. That's what you ought to be worried about.
You know what really troubled me about? Yeah, okay, so he made it in public, but when the reporters asked him after the ball game, why
it's
he
none
did
of their business.
Well, no. See, he went public by doing that. Now he has to answer to that, and he didn't want to.
He doesn't have to answer to nobody. He does not have to answer to anybody.
Well, then he was wrong. Now I still question the act that he did.
It's none of your business.
Right.
None of your business.
I just hope he doesn't lose the locker room if he hadn't already done it.
Why would he lose his locker room?
They called out the lead. He called out their leader on national TV. That wasn't cool.
By the way, last year they were ready to string up their supposed leader.
Well, yeah, he was having a bad year. Even Tom Brady had a bad year.
No. You can't have it both ways, Tom. Can't have it both ways. Republican Party in New Mexico making a comment about the governor. I should have had this when we did the story about the governor. Talking about her executive orders and her health orders, saying it is, unconstitutional. So Steve Pearce made a comment. While true public emergencies are possible, they should not serve as pretexts to undermine the fundamental rights, especially those rights that are protected by the Constitution. So the Republican Party making a comment.
Well, and they're right about that, because if you think about it, this is legislation by fiat. And that's not what our country is based on. That's why we have legislative bodies. It's not for the executive. The executives can't make law, and they found a way to circumvent that, and they are totally exploiting it.
I'm not a fan of executive orders. I wasn't a fan when Barack Obama did it. I wasn't a fan when George Bush did it. I wasn't a fan when Donald Trump did it, because we have a process.
Right.
We have a legislative process. And I'm damn sure not a fan when Joe Biden does it. Authorities in Los Angeles County identified a 4-year-old boy who was killed last week from a deadly road rage incident while he was with his family. Gur Aman was with his family in a vehicle, and they had just got finished purchasing groceries. Road rage. The boy was sitting in the back seat when another driver cut them off and began following them. Other car fired through the car and shot the little boy. UNM and New Mexico State evidently have resolved their riff.
Yeah, okay.
So Eddie Nunez, the athletic director for the University of New Mexico, of course, denied the opportunity for New Mexico State Aggies to have the access to the practice squad. He went off. Of course, there's bad blood between those schools, but supposedly they have resolved the whole thing. Everything is good, and the rest is history. According to the Southwest Border Apprehensions, I love when stuff like this comes out. New source when it comes to U.S., and this is from U.S. Custom and Border Protection, and appeared in the New York Times. Tell me if I am wrong. The New York Times, Blake, is that a conservative?
Not even close. I don't think they even have a conservative member of staff anymore.
So the New York Times is a liberal organization.
Yes.
And new numbers came out last year. 221 million people came across the border. This year, we're pushing 205. 2021, 1.66. By the way, in 2020, where do you think we were?
Less than half of that, or less than a third of that.
Well, less than 500,000.
Yeah.
Less than 500,000. So, and every year Trump was in office, we never even reached 1 million. So that tells you where we're at.
Well,
that pretty much tells you
and I
that
know
the problem is Joe Biden's problem.
Yes, and as you were getting ready to point out about the New York Times, but I know several people who are very liberal themselves who are saying, in private conversation, that this is too much. We can't handle this.
Well, we can't handle it. No, we can't handle it. All right, tweet of the day. We got that done. Thought of the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35-plus years serving southeast New Mexico. Mr. Wendell Wakefield packed up the kids, brought them to New Mexico to start Wakefield Oil, delivering oil and gas products in the patch. They can also deliver interstate batteries. They travel on-road or off-road. If you're at a location and you need fuel, our interstate batteries, they go to you. Go find out more information at wakefieldoil.com. Thought for the day is, it's bad enough that Santa is stalking and can see me when I'm sleeping. I don't need a creepy elf in my room either. It's enough with Santa. It's my thought for the day. All right, David Gallegos made a comment yesterday about the PED. You see this story, Blake?
Yes.
So the PED has come out, and they don't like the idea of 4-day school weeks. So why wouldn't they leave that up to the individual school district?
They won't leave it up to the individual school district for the same reason that the governor won't let the legislature create laws. It's all about control.
Yeah. They want to control. But David Gallegos talks about that, and they wrote a letter to the PED and the secretary, and here's what David had to say.
To the public ed secretary, in opposition to his rulemaking that is trying to force more hours and days into the school system. We want local control. I think it's been proven that the top-down theory doesn't work. We're wanting to make sure that the teachers and staff have the authority and the capability to change education. We are 50th in the nation, and that has to stop. And I think this type of opportunity for the teachers to make things and staff to make changes will help us with that. We've proven that in the 4-day school week, there has been some progress. If we force them into a 5-day school week, which has not had the success the 4 days have, we're going to limit them and go back in time. So we're pushing this, asking the secretary to change his policy. If it doesn't pass in legislation, there's no room for it to be done in rule.
So David Gallegos is in an interesting situation because he is a state senator, but he is also on the JOW school board.
Unis school board.
Unis school board. My bad. Unis school board. And so he's in an interesting situation that he can see both sides of this story, and I think it should be up to the individual school district.
Leave us alone.
The reason why they're saying that these 4-day schools need to go to 5-day weeks is they say because there's more progress in test scores for 5-day week schools than 4-day week schools, which is sort of kind of true if you look at the statistics. But what they failed to say is that the 4-day school week school districts are already higher than the 5-day school. And so basically it's punishing those schools for doing better than really large districts.
Wow. Not good. Not good that the school districts would be forced to move to 5 days. And the crazy thing is, from an economic standpoint, it's better for the school districts, especially the smaller school districts.
Right.
It is.
Right.
CNN on the border. You know, when you I love finding stuff on CNN because CNN of the past, they've kind of changed a little bit. And when you hear CNN saying we got a problem at the border, that kind of, if I can find that on Fox every day. But if it comes from CNN or MSNBC, that really means something.
There are thousands of migrants that are crossing into the United States illegally every single day, and this is overwhelming the U.S. Border Patrol. Now, the Biden administration has decided to close ports of entry, and then most recently, starting today, also railways. And the areas that are being impacted are Eagle Pass, Texas, El Paso, Texas, Lukeville, Arizona, and San Isidro, California. Now, there's a lot of concern by community leaders in these communities because a lot of the border communities, they rely on the revenue from these crossings. I'll give you an example. In the city of Eagle Pass, the city there says that 50% of their budget comes from those crossings, and they've been dealing with closures for 3 weeks already.
So, and will it fix the situation? That's a bigger part of it. We need the Biden administration not only to shut down those ports and entry through the rail stations. We need to shut down the border is what we need to do.
Right.
That's what we need to do. Biden will never do it, though. Former El Paso Congressman Beto O'Rourke's mother passed away. Look, I am not a fan of Beto, but, his mom passed away, and thoughts and prayers for the family. And I will never be a fan of Beto O'Rourke, but, the day Joe Biden dies, I'm going to have empathy for his family also, even though he was a terrible president. We all should be that way.
Right.
All right, the Butcher Block Meat Market serving up a great breakfast. Tom, what's the best burrito on the menu?
Oh, all of them are, man. I'm telling you, because I've had all of them.
Well, pick one.
I'm going to say, because they make my eggs fluffy, right? Bacon and egg.
That's a really good breakfast one.
Delicious.
Get the fluffy eggs today.
Yeah,
but their brisket burrito is really good.
But Barry will do that. I mean, if you ask him, he'll do that.
So the Butcher Block in Lovington, yes, it's a meat market, but they also have the grill and now serving up breakfast. The cool thing on the weekends, they're serving up menudo and lunch specials during the day. Go to their Facebook page. Make sure and follow them on Facebook. That way you can find out what the daily lunch specials are and the meat market specials. Speaking of meat, if you want hamburger patties, they've got hamburger patties that are frozen and ready to go. They also have smoked meat. So if you're doing the keto diet and you're eating a lot of meat, go in there and get your brisket or maybe your ribs and so on and so forth. And you can stick to the diet that way.
Right. I can tell you what their special is today.
What's the special?
They're special today because it's Tuesday.
Taco.
They have a taco plate.
That's
and,
right.
And that's where I will be taking Kim later on this evening for dinner.
Awesome. 1422 South Main in Lovington. Call your orders in advance. 575-739-7778. It's the Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill. Don't forget, they have awesome meat at the Butcher Block. Florida man. Oh, my goodness. This guy chased his neighbor down a dirt path, always from Florida.
Right.
And then shot the guy in the leg because he thought the guy was robbing his RV. 69-year-old John Baker was a shooter. Shot the 45-year-old. Shot him because he thought, hey, back away from the tequila and the whiskey, okay? This guy is a terrible neighbor.
Right.
Sounds like living next to O.J. Simpson or something. Not good. And Tom, have you had any eggnogs?
No, I've never had it in my whole life.
You've never had eggnog?
It's got whiskey in it, right?
No, it doesn't have whiskey in it. Oh, you can't.
Well, it could be spiked, but and by the way, the average
whiskey.
American will drink 6 spiked eggnogs this month.
Really?
But you can just get regular eggnog and you can try it.
Yeah, I'm not. And most people don't put whiskey in the.
No.
They put brandy or rum or bourbon.
Oh, brandy is the big one, and then followed, like you said, rum, and usually they put a little cinnamon on top.
Oh, they do.
I don't know why.
We are KWMW Maljamore 105.1 FM, better known as W105. We're being the Breakfast Club. We're going to take a break coming up in just a second, trying to stay on time. Question of the day, how many cereal boxes do you have in the pantry right now? I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, and what are they?
Yeah, I mean, can you name them?
Yeah. Right.
Are you buying the bags? I mean, have you priced a box of cereal lately?
$5, dude. Easy.
No, easy.
That's because
$5 is nothing.
Tom is Fruit Loops.
I think it would be more than even the bag cereal is ridiculous. Oh, it's crazy. Grand Central Station. This is in America. Where's Grand Central Station located, Tom?
Well, they've got two of them. One in Chicago and one in New York City, right? And one in L.A.?
Yeah, there are 3 Grand Central Stations.
Well, he said 2, and then he named 3. And
don't they got
call
them Grand Centrals?
Grand Central Station in New York City.
Oh, that one. Okay.
So this is in America.
Right by the big
and this
post
is
office.
The chant. Yes. This is the chant that they're chanting in America. Listen to the words carefully. Intifada revolution. Tom, what is Intifada?
Something against something.
That's Islamic terrorist revolution. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what they're chanting in America.
Crazy.
Well, isn't violence unacceptable? I'm just saying.
That one left the train a long time ago.
But they won't criticize those people who are openly calling for it.
If you look up Europe, look up France, and look at what has happened, like in France, the Muslims have tried to take over the schools.
Yes.
Because they don't like the dress code and they don't like what's being taught in the schools. Now, they make up a very small part of the population.
Yes.
And they think they're the rule makers now. But calling for a revolution in America,
Look.
Give them
I'm going to be honest. You know what separates America from France?
Firearms.
Yeah, many, many firearms. By the way, if you're Muslim, I don't care that you're Muslim. Practice your religion any way you want. I really don't care.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I don't care if you're Baptist. I don't care if you're a Hindu. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. But keep this crap out of our country. You should practice your religion in your place of worship and in your home.
But unfortunately, their religion teaches them to do that.
Yeah. No, you're 100% correct. Yep. God bless you. Please do not bring that crap to this country. And I'll say it again. We might want to start checking people before we allow them into this country. Maybe we should check their background a little bit.
Good idea.
All right, Tom, wrap up the text. We're going to take our break at number 877-396-W105.
All right, B, we had a accident that was reported, a 4-car accident. Left lane blocked 2 miles south of Carlsbad on 285. I did text Matt Hutchinson with the Eddy County Sheriff's Office. He did say it was a minor crash and no injuries. So that's the good news on that. They'll be trying to clear that up as much as they can. All right, on the question of the day, only one box of cereal, and it's Cheerios, says this one texter. Okay, I used to eat cereals too. Apple Jacks. How about Cocoa?
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you that you used to eat Cheerios. We couldn't live without it.
Apple Jacks, Cocoa Pebbles, cinnamon Cheerios, Raisin Bran, and cinnamon, and cinnamon toast, and fresh out of milk.
I used to eat that too. I used to eat all the Lucky Charms.
Yeah. How about a large bag of Fruity Pebbles? Says another texter. Wow, those are good ones too. And I don't have boxes of cereal. I do have 2 boxes of cereal Pebbles, and also the honeycomb cereal, says this one's texter on the question of the day. And good morning, guys. How are you doing? You know what? What the heck do they want to go to a 4-day school week? Anyway, I mean, we're last in the country.
Already a 4-day school week.
We're last in the country on our quality of education, and we think it's a good idea to go to school last. And these kids are going to be shocked when they find out they got to work 5 days a week in the real
By the way,
world.
Those school districts are performing better than the 5-day school districts.
Yep, yes.
And they're going to school the same hours. They're just taking off. You know, it's like working 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're doing it to save money.
And they do. And they do.
I say whatever works in the end of it. I'm for year-round school.
I'm in favor of that, and I'm in favor of local control.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to look at a model now, I know that Texas isn't the top of the food chain. All those New England schools, they always claim that because they have more credentials. It goes back to the intelligence thing. But if you want to look at a model, look at Texas schools. Their districts are independent. During the shutdown here, we had people that left Southeast New Mexico and moved to Texas.
Right.
And what they found out was their
in
kids.
fact, it got so bad, Seminole was like, we don't want any more of you.
Right. And what they found is the kids coming from New Mexico were a full year behind the Texas schools. That's the distance.
That's sad, isn't it, buddy? Yep.
That's how far at the bottom New Mexico schools are.
And one texter says,
how many kids go graduate New Mexico schools and then go to college and have to be enrolled in remedial courses?
Mm-hmm. I don't know that percentage, but I bet it's pretty high.
I bet it's high. I bet it's high.
All
right, Tom, two more.
One more text. You know, I'm just curious if Tom actually watched Peyton yelling at Wilson. NFL is a business, and I don't have a problem with what I saw. Here's the deal. If he would have talked to his quarterback coach.
Did you see it?
Yes, I did. If we would
You
have
saw the whole thing, not just a clip.
If he would have talked to his quarterback coach, look, go talk to him, find out what the heck's going on with him. Closed.
That's we're in the middle of a game. Evidently, you've never played the game.
He was already on the
sideline. We're in the middle of the game.
Yeah, you take him.
And a lot of times, the quarterback coach is up in the booth with the offensive
he's got tons of other coaches on the sideline. Hey, talk to him and let me know what's going on with him. Boom, you're done.
Maybe they should go down to the bar and have a drink and discuss everything and then come back.
No, you got it wrong. It's not the bar. Maybe we should go down to Starbucks and share a latte.
Yeah, it could have been handled a whole different way. I would have handled it a whole different way.
Oh, mamby-pamby BX.
Yep.
I'm sick and tired of you bunch of mamby-pambies.
After the game, we said, hey, let's get on the same page next time.
Oh, my God. Let's raise a bunch of weak kids. Let's just let the Chinese
That's all you had to say.
out.
Boom.
Yeah,
all right, on the way, Biden's approval rating is very, very low. California Border Police discovered how much drugs? I'll get to that. Powerball jackpot estimated at how much? No winner.
No winners, wow.
And a Confederate memorial spared the takedown.
Yes.
Joe Biden wanted to take it down.
Army said no.
They spared it. And people voiced their opposition to the proposed, well, we talked about the 4-day week. We don't have to. Hold up. I'm going to bank it off. Oh, missed. Sorry. If you were watching on camera, that was an epic fail. All right, we got lots of things to get to. Let's get to news this morning. 7:05, we're W105 News, being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across Southeast New Mexico. Exceptional construction and siding services. They can take care of all your residential projects, siding, brand new roof, windows, seamless gutters, doors. They can take care of all of that. And if you need a metal building, they offer two types, the industrial type and the commercial type. If they say they're going to finish the job, they finish the job. You know, they're so good at what they do. They self-inspect the job to make sure it's up to their specifications. You might be happy with it, but if they're not happy with it, they're going to go and make sure it's up to their specifications. Give them a call. They're great folks to work with. 575-391-1430. Seminole Siding and Construction.com. Check them out today. And if you need any work when it comes to roofing, siding, metal buildings, they can take care of all of that and more. Seminole Siding and Construction.com. We're coming back. Be on the Breakfast Club 706. Checking in with news.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Texas man arrested late Tuesday amid allegations he attacked a limo driver who'd been hired to bring him to Hobbs to gamble and stole his vehicle. 49-year-old Rosario Portillo of Midland, Texas, arrested and charged with unlawful taking of a motor vehicle. Hobbs police say Portillo was a passenger in the limo, became angered when the driver would not stop to allow him to relieve himself. Initial report indicates witnesses saw a man acting crazy, breaking windows on the limo in the parking lot in the 2800 block of North Del Paso Street in Hobbs. The caller then saw the limo leaving the parking lot, heading north on North Del Paso. The city's video observation system, Eagle Eye C, reportedly tracked the car to the intersection of North Del Paso and Navajo Drive. Lovington City Commission met during a selection process to name a new police chief, which was narrowed to just one name, Joe Clark, who is currently the sergeant detective for the department and serves in the Criminal Investigations Division. Lovington City Manager and former Lovington Police Chief David Miranda said Clark's been with the LPD for about 20 years off and on. Clark began as a police officer with the department last year, eventually promoting to patrol sergeant and training sergeant. He was first named detective sergeant in 2012 before leaving the department in 2014 and returning last year. Selection process for new Lovington police chief's been ongoing for a few months. Eddy County agreed with a list of priorities drawn up by the New Mexico counties to ask New Mexico legislators for in the 2024 New Mexico legislative session, with commissioners passing a resolution November 7th. New Mexico's upcoming 30-day session starts January 16th at noon. Among the issues to tackle were detention center reimbursement funds, detention center recruiting and retention, prisoner transportation, and extradition. Eddy County officials and NMC hope the state funding plan crafted by lawmakers would include room for those items. Eddy County manager says detention centers across New Mexico, part of a larger conversation county managers had earlier this year during a retreat. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad? I just want to gut a reindeer on my rooftop and leave a carcass there for a lifelike festive holiday decoration. Yeah, I think this time of year, every man's thought runs to the same thing. You can't help it. With the cold nights, jingle bells, and silent night, people start talking about peace on earth and goodwill towards men. So naturally, you can't help but think about the most important thing of this most holiest of the season, your Christmas bonus. To be more specific, what kind of year-end bonus do these tightwad, cheapskate, penny-pinching Nimrod Scrooges in the head office think you deserve? I mean, you work your fingers to the bone 5 days a week, you slave with your nose to the grindstone, show up to work with headaches and hangovers, you're in there with head colds, sore backs, you're in there every stinking hour of every stinking day, some fat cat, clueless big shot in some corner office somewhere, he's earning his $1 million bonus because of that. Yeah, he's going to buy a new Cadillac for every member of his family, maybe a private jet. But don't worry, it's not like your efforts have gone unnoticed, because one day, one magical day, that brain-dead pinhead's going to march out of his office, seek you out on the floor, call you by name, and he's going to give you a certificate for a free ham. Yeah. He thinks you're going to crawl to him on the floor, wash his feet with your tears of joy. Listen, buddy, we're one step closer to death, 1 year closer to adult diapers and denture cream. And you come down on the floor smiling like an idiot and handed out certificates for ham like you was a Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. I am offended, insulted, and appalled. But I need the ham, so thank you. Wake up, America! And he always says the same thing. I wish it could be more, Earl, but it's been a tough year. He should work for me. I'll show him a tough year. I'm Earl Pitts, American Pizza.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles. Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
It's truck season at Sierra Blanca Motors in beautiful Ruidoso. Shop their lot, overflowing with Ram Tough trucks. For a limited time, Sierra Blanca Motors is offering an unprecedented 13% under MSRP on their entire inventory of new 2023 half, 3/4, and 1-ton Ram trucks in stock. Shop online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors, your 4-wheel drive headquarters. No gimmicks, no markups, no addendums, ever.
Club in the morning, W105. Good day, sunshine.
Call now, 877-396-W105.
And now we present The Night Before Christmas by President Joe Biden.
'Twas the night before Christmas when in the West Wing they found more white powder, said it's from my offspring. But Hunter is innocent, he didn't get high. And he didn't give 10% to the big guy. There's children all playing who don't have a care until I walk by and start sniffing their hair. Now Dr. Jill, who's my wife and my very best friend, keeps me stocked really well with vitamins and Depends. When I have an accident back there, it's an immediate matter, especially at conferences when everyone scatters. Away from the stage, I move like a slug, then trip and fall over just like a big lug. When I trip, the Secret Service are always right there to attempt to catch me when I fall up the stairs. And as I keep stumbling and bumbling around, you know I'm close by because you'll hear this sound. I'm a pretty old man who's sleepy and tired, and I bet by next year I'll be hearing, "You're fired." Merry Easter, America.
Merry Easter to you, Tom. 877-396-W105B and the Breakfast Club. New reports are just coming out when it comes to Florida has the most spoiled dogs in America. And by the way, also has the spoiled snakes, too. Survey says California has really spoiled dogs also, but they poop everywhere just like humans. In California, of course. Yeah. And new research reveals the average person will use 140 plastic bags a year. About the height of a 18-story building. Wait, 140 bags, is that? No, in your lifetime, that amounts to about an 18-floor building. I mean, when we think about plastic, look, that's a lot of plastic. But let's talk about the Kardashians. Let's move. I mean, serious. Let's move to a whole nother subject. New stats say the average American eats extra meal every day due to snacking. Tom, would you consider you eating an extra meal because of snacking?
No, but I wish I would take my breakfast like I'm doing now. Breakfast, lunch, and that's it. Try to cut one meal. So I wouldn't have to snack throughout the day.
I think that's a roundabout yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Pope Francis formally approved allowing priests to bless same-sex marriages. That happened yesterday. And if you're keeping score at home, Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner have split after less than a year of dating. I mean, I'm sorry I had to mention another gender. And yeah, Bad Bunny, whoever the hell Bad Bunny is.
I don't know who either one of those are.
Yeah. New investigation into Clarence Thomas.
Of course.
Did he get paid? So new investigation from claims that Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas in 2000 told the GOP congressman and said in other private discussions that he'd be leaving that position soon if Congress didn't pay him more. By the way, ProPublica reports Thomas's salary at the time was $173,000. Which, if you're living in Washington D.C., that's not a lot of money.
That ain't nothing. No.
I mean, that's not like a huge amount of money. And so, did he receive gifts? Look, he's got a buddy of his, Harlan Crow. Mm-hmm. They've been friends their entire life. Mm-hmm. And Harlan Crow paid for Clarence Thomas Jr.'s son to go to high school. Mm-hmm. Very exclusive high school. Should that be against the rules?
No. And again, it's not like he's the only one doing it.
Is he a foreign entity?
No.
No. Oh, wait. So the Bidens. Oh, okay. I'm totally confused. By the way, speaking of Joe Biden, the approval rating for Joe Biden, 34%. By the way, that is low.
How low can you go?
And when it comes to immigration, 69% disapproval. Inflation, 68% disapproval. Climate change, 54% disapproval. Unemployment, 53% disapproval. Transportation and energy infrastructure, 52% disapproval. And it's just not Republicans. The Democrats are going along with this step by step. Approval rating is not good at all.
That's Jimmy Carter
Thank
level.
you,
Jimmy Carter.
It is. It's bad. All right, number 877-396-W105. Tom A. in the text.
All right, B, where did you get that Merry Easter Joe Biden bit? I needed that. Laugh out loud, says the texter. And
we got more to come.
Did you notice that the alligators in Florida have a smile? Like you said.
Yeah, that's full of cocaine in the water.
Right. It's full dogs in Florida with an old anchor holding them. Easy, pray. Laugh out loud, says this one texter. And, hey, guys, in that situation, Tom would have asked him to take a buffet and made him pay for it if that would have been the only difference. They get a free meal instead of chewing them out. Look, you get more respect. Pat him on the butt. Look, let's do it right. Boom, you're done.
Whoa, did you just say pat him on the butt?
Don't they do that anymore?
Wait. Who's patting who on the butt?
Don't you do that? Don't the coaches do that anymore? I always see it on TV. They pat each other on the butt. Hey, I got you. Boom.
I got you.
Moving on.
Well,
I'll see you in the shower later.
Don't they do that? That used to be a deal. They put patting them on the butt. They don't do that no more.
Tom, if we're going to go back in the day, coaches would grab your face mask and rip your damn head off.
Woody Hayes got fired for that, remember? So they don't do it no more. Since then, I bet you. And Biden's approval rating is higher than his IQ, says this one texter.
Well, I mean, look, he has some cognitive issues.
Right. One more, B. You know, my kids in South Carolina are at least a year ahead of the grandkids, the same grade here in New Mexico. B.
Yep.
Bad. All right, check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia. That's the old Touchdown Barbecue location. Yes, that's where they're located now. Serving up a awesome breakfast as we speak in Artesia. Need them to cater your next big event? Not a problem. Need them to prepare meals for everybody on location or in the office. Call in advance, 575-736-2573. They can prepare meals to go And for everybody on location, not a problem. Don't forget the barbecue. Yeah, lunchtime, they got the same great menu, plus now barbecue. 811 West Main, in Artesia, Roadrunner Grill, and barbecue. Sunny skies today, 63 for the high. Overnight low tonight, 33. A little clouds tonight, 65, and increasing clouds tomorrow. Chance of rain on Thursday in the morning, 20% chance of rain. I think by Friday, though, the beautiful sun is back. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. They've got everything for the farm or ranch. Certified Purina dealer. Feed for every animal that you have in the house or on the ranch or on the farm. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Online at roswelllivestock.com. California Border Police discovered $10 million worth of meth and cocaine in vats of jalapeno peppers. These things, they look like a 50-gallon drum of jalapenos. Supposed to be jalapeno paste inside the drums. 28-year-old driver was busted as officers in Southern California discovered over $10 million worth of drugs. Geez, narcotics and jalapeno paste.
Man, if Breaking Bad was still on the air, that would be a plot point.
Yeah, I mean, so if you sniff it, all of a sudden your butt explodes. Some people are all about this. I mean, they really want the little extra kick. Thank you, Border Protection, for doing what you do. And the Powerball jackpot has risen to $572 million. No winner. That was on Monday, right? Yes, no winner on Monday. And next drawing coming up, when is that? Is that Friday?
I thought it was Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday. Wednesday. It's coming up tomorrow. So no winner on Monday. So next drawing would be Wednesday, and then the next drawing, if no winner, will be on Saturday for Powerball. Right. In case you're confused.
And it will be close to $1 billion by then if no one has won, because it'll jump that fast.
Wouldn't that be an awesome Christmas present? That would be awesome. James Comer talking about the investigation into Hunter Biden and the Biden impeachment, saying, guess what? They are now investigating me, sending people to my hometown. I read this whole report about James Comer. James Comer in his county is the largest landholder in his county. So his dad dies and leaves him and his brother a lot of land. Well, his brother can't afford the taxes on the land. So he goes to James Comer and says, will you buy the land to keep it in the family? So James Comer buys the land, making him the largest landowner. Anyway, they're trying to say that he has a shell corporation. James Comer tells us more about that.
They're here in my little town as we speak in Kentucky trying to dig up stuff. They're trying to say the media continues to attack me. They're here in my little town as we speak in Kentucky trying to dig up stuff. They're trying to say I have a shell company. My LLC has a lot of assets. A shell company, by definition, has no assets or no purpose. But, I mean, they continue to just make stuff up. Not only are they attacking me, Trey, they're making stuff up to try to discredit me as an investigator.
By the way, he's 100% right. We know a little bit about shell companies with this abortion doctor that rolled into Hobbs. Shell company has no assets that they can trace back. He's got plenty of assets. A little different. But thank you, liberals. Thank you. Jen Psaki, of course, used to be the press secretary, now is on MSNBC, and she's telling Hunter Biden just to please be quiet.
Look, I think if you're sitting in the White House right now, you're like, please, Hunter Biden, we know your dad loves you. Please stop talking in public. This is not helpful to any of them for him to be out there. But at the same time, the president loves his son. That takes precedent over anything else. That is appealing. I'm thinking of the woman in your focus group who talked about family. He loves his son. He loves his family.
He also loves the money that is coming from his son.
How does his father loving him take precedent over everything else, over all these crimes?
Yeah. Look, the Biden criminal enterprise is all about the Biden family making money. Mm-hmm. And as they divide up the kitty, I'm serious. The information that is coming that has come out about the Bidens and where the money came from, it all goes back to one question. What exactly is the Biden business?
Joe Biden access.
Access to Joe Biden. That's it. You nailed it. Yep, you got it. Progressives talking about who are they going to vote for in this next election. Taking out trash coming up next, but this is pretty interesting.
Give me the emotion that you have looking at your choice this election. Not enthused. I'd say overall I feel very pragmatic and strategic about it.
You can say that Joe Biden's, he's not as progressive as you'd like, or he's not this, he's too old. I mean, the guy is at least reasonable and has some sort of logic to what he does.
All of these issues that are popular with Democrats, he has not only not addressed, but often gone the entire opposite way on. If the election were tomorrow, what would you do?
I could not bring myself to vote for Trump, but it would be the first time, I think, if I had to choose tomorrow, it would be the first time I think I'd vote for someone else, like third party.
Even if I'm not enthused to effectively elect my grandpa a second time, boy, do I want to keep the other guy out.
So it is about keeping Trump out. That's number one. And, a vote for a third party is actually good for the Republicans.
Well, they voted They voted to get rid of Trump the first time. That's how Joe Biden got in.
Right.
Yeah. So I think Donald Trump is in good shape as long as the votes are counted correctly. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube this morning. 727, we are on the Breakfast Club, taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. They do residential pickup. Give them a call, 575-390-4549. They always want to talk about the Lovington Animal Shelter. These guys need desperate help. They need help when it comes to monetary donations so they can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. They also need help with helping with the animals, walking the animals, cleaning after the animals, and so on and so forth. Give them a call to volunteer or give money, 575-552-3669. Taking out the trash this morning. Well, New Mexico, look, we're from the government, and we're here to help. So New Mexico automatically renews 92,842 children on Medicaid. Doesn't matter if they need to be on it or not, we're going to renew them. With Medicaid, what do you think's the percentage of kids born in New Mexico that Medicaid pays for the birth? What's that number?
Go ahead,
Tom.
10 million.
I'm going to guess 48%.
75% of all births in New Mexico are paid for by Medicaid. And there you go, Tom. I asked for a percentage, and you give me a number.
Well,
thank you very much.
Numbers
Thanks
is
for
what it's
being
all about anyway.
Thank you for being part of the show. But anyway, they're all of a sudden going to renew 92,841 children. How do we even know those kids are still living in the state?
Right.
How do we know that they qualify for that? More importantly, though, it's all about making sure we get that federal money. That's what this is about. To me, it's a misuse because those parents should have to apply to get the benefits. So what you're telling me is people are so lazy in New Mexico, we can't even make them fill out an application. We're just going to renew them.
Well, it's all about the culture in this state, B. I mean, we're a welfare state.
That is a true
75% of all births in New Mexico are paid for by Medicaid. Medicaid, no copay. We pay for everything.
Well, and when the government has control of you the way that they do, that's why New Mexico is a test ground for other places.
I agree with you.
Taking out trash this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Trash Eaters. Check them out today. 731. Tom in charge of the text. We'll talk about that Confederate memorial. It has been spared by a judge. I'll get to that. Things that happen on this date in history also on the way.
All right. Oilfield Liberal is chiming in, and he says, you know, all this complaining about the educational system, yet no one votes on the issues, all talk and no action. He's saying this.
I agree with him.
No one showed up. We had 0 people that showed up at the courthouse for a school board meeting. Zero. That's what you said. No one. No one means nobody.
But I agree. It's part of the problem. And Oilfield Liberal is right. The problem is voters don't vote. They will go out and they will complain and we'll get text and all that kind of thing. But when you look at the historic turnout of voters, and when I say historic, I'm not talking way back. I'm talking the last couple of elections.
Right.
Southeast New Mexico.
20%.
Southeast New Mexico is the worst voter turnout in the state.
It's bad.
And if voters in Southeast New Mexico actually took the time to vote, and there's no excuse because you can vote early for a month ahead of time. If voters in Southeast New Mexico voted, they could affect change in Santa Fe. But
I remember one election when we were in Chaves County. And Chaves County, I think it was like 9% of all voters got out and voted.
Yeah. That's 33,000 registered
if
voters.
you don't vote, in effect, you are voting for what you don't want.
Right.
I agree.
That's what happens.
More people need to get out and vote, but a lot of people are still getting out and vote. The numbers aren't where we need them to be. And I don't know why people aren't getting out and vote. And I think part of the reason is they believe there was a stolen election and their vote doesn't count.
Well,
I think that's part of the problem.
I think the other part of the problem is that Republican voters in this state don't turn out to vote because there is such a split in the Republican Party and Republican leadership.
I agree. I agree.
If you're not a member of the clique for the leadership, they don't want you.
Yep. I mean, I hate to agree with that, but I think you're 100% correct. And I do believe we need, and I've spoke on this before, we need new leadership in the Republican Party. And it is part of the reason why I'm an independent now.
Right.
And not only what goes on in the state, but on the federal side, what difference are you? What's the difference between the Republican and the Democrats on the federal level?
Not much.
Nothing. You say that you're going to do something and you don't do it. We'll see if Johnson sticks to his guns.
They line their own pockets.
They do.
Everybody's getting rich except the taxpayers.
Right.
We're the ones getting tattooed. Yeah, not good. Things that happen on this date in history coming up in just a second. Our morning show this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. They've got fifth wheels, travel trailers, ultralights. They've got them all. 575-622-1751. Get in touch with them today. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Look, these guys have been in business close to 70 years. How do you stay in business 70 years? You treat people the right way. You get fair deals and service after the sale. Website, MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Take the virtual tour today. Or call my buddy David at 575-622-1751. Maine trailer sales. Don't go camping without Maine trailer sales. Looks like a 30-year-old man in Odessa was arrested for assaulting a man with a golf club. Anthony Chavez, 30 years old, arrested with a deadly weapon after swinging a golf club at a man. Odessa police arrested the 30-year-old. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon being the golf club. He was transported to the Ector County Jail, where he remains at the Ector County Jail. 44-year-old man was injured. He hit him in the head with that golf club.
My goodness.
Doesn't give. He was later airlifted to Lubbock with serious bodily injuries. Doesn't go into great detail on was it an iron or if it was a
driver.
If it was a, don't know. But either way, a golf club can do some serious damage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy is in big, big trouble. And this guy is in serious condition. If he dies, you're probably going to be charged with murder.
Oh, yeah.
Or at the least, manslaughter.
Right.
Crazy. Confederate memorial spared. It was supposed to be taken down. The judge saved it. Federal judge Monday issued a temporary restraining order.
Right.
And halted the takedown of that Confederate memorial and at the Arlington National Cemetery. Now, I had heard this morning that possibly there were human remains inside that monument. You hear anything about that, Blake?
I didn't see that, but I know that restraining order is very short. It only lasts until tomorrow because they have a hearing on it. And I was looking to see about the remains.
Judge is a Trump appointee.
Yes.
And so we'll wait and see. Look, how many monuments can we take down? Sometimes we have to look at the past, like a Confederate memorial in Washington, D.C., and go, we have learned from the past. All of history is about the past.
Right.
And all those people that died fighting for the Confederate, did their deaths matter any less than people that were fighting for the Union?
According to the Yankees, yes.
Oh, okay. It's part of American history. We can't erase American history. The only thing we can do is learn from history.
They kind
imagine that.
They kind of want to erase it. You know, if you
because I think they're scared that history is going to repeat itself.
Right. Well, that's exactly how it does repeat itself. If you don't learn from history, it will repeat.
Yeah, I agree. Tom in the text, and then we'll get to things that happened on this date in history.
Boy, I tell you what, Tommy Carlsbad is chiming in. He said, you know what? We do need new leadership. Now, the Democrats and the rhinos have infiltrated our government at all levels to the extent that they choose who they're going to work with, not the people. The old BS of, well, for the people, by the people, of the people is, well, out the window, says Tommy in Carlsbad this morning. And another texter says, most Republican voters, well, they're always busy working.
No, that's not true.
I can't, look, being a Republican for a long, long time, you're not working 24/7.
Right. And
very few people are working 24/7.
And how long does early voting last now?
Yeah, wow.
And every company will give you time off to go vote.
That's right.
That's a law.
I can't buy into that.
No.
I can't buy into that excuse. We have to make time for what is important. Is this country important or not?
Right.
If it's not important, don't vote.
Right. Our communities.
Well, and if you're so busy working that you can't vote, you might not be able to work, especially in this area where the oil field is such a major employer. You know, and you have active folks at the highest level of this state government trying to shut you down. And you don't have time to go say no.
Right.
Yeah. We better get out there and vote. Tom, continue.
All right. Rocket is chiming in. lame ASS liberal doesn't have anything to say but the same old thing he's saying. And he goes on to say, Rocket does, liberals can't learn from history. They have to be told what to think, says Rocket this morning. And I voted as the Republican, says this other texter, while we were deployed in Iraq through mail. So, yeah, there is no excuse, says the texter. And you know what?
You got to get out and vote. You know what? I'm coming back to this country in time for the election, but if I wasn't, guess what? I'd get me an absentee ballot.
That's right. No excuse. Patricia from West Odessa is chiming in. You know, I guess kids these days, they don't feel like they need to learn about the past. They don't want to know their history, says Patricia.
Yeah. I used to be one of those people that thought that history was not important. And then as I started studying history, I'm like, oh, we've been through that already. And a lot of times it repeats itself. We better learn things about the Civil War.
Yep.
Because sooner or later it might repeat itself. And it might not be based on, on slavery or North versus South. It might be on another topic.
Well, countries have civil wars all the time. And you can learn. If you want to, you can learn. But.
Yeah. Representative Crane from Arizona questioned the FBI yesterday. Listen to this. It's pretty comical.
Ms. Murphy, you work for the FBI, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You know what elite capture is?
No, sir.
Ideological appeal and even blackmail. Are you familiar with techniques, ma'am?
I am familiar with those techniques.
Nation state that wants to compromise U.S. officials.
I don't know that I've seen them personally.
Ms. Murphy, does it concern you some of the revelations that have been coming out of the Oversight Committee about the millions of dollars that have been paid to the Biden family?
I'm not aware of money being paid to the Biden family.
No, you're not aware of that at all?
No, sir.
You, ma'am, you sit here before the Homeland Security Committee. Our job is to protect the homeland, and you act as if you don't know anything about it. Do you understand why the American people are concerned, ma'am? You got fired. Yes or no?
I understand why American people should be concerned about the threat from the Chinese Communist Party.
Are you connecting the dots at all?
No, sir.
And we better be concerned about the Biden criminal enterprise also. Look, instead of spying on American citizens, you ought to be concerned about some of this. Let's go. What the heck's the matter with you people? All right, let's do the things that happened on this date in history, being brought to you by your mountain getaway, talking about Camp of the Tall Pines. Beautiful Mayhill. Go to the Facebook page right now. I think the webcam is still up there, and you can check out the weather. Scott and Jamie Miller invite you to come up for a Camp of the Tall Pines. Beautiful area. If you're planning a retreat, a church gathering, big event, whatever it is, they can accommodate all of that. Or maybe you're just thinking about taking the wife up there or the family up there. Lots of things to do to keep you busy. Check out the cozy cabins, raised platform campsites, and the convenient RV hookups. Find them online at camptallpines.com or 575-687-4101. Check them out today. Things that happened on this date in history. 1607, Jamestown, Virginia. Colonists set sail from England on this date in history. Eventually, they arrived. Benjamin Franklin began publishing the Little Richard's Almanac in 1732. What's that?
Poor Richard's Almanac.
Well, it says Little Richard's.
No,
but you're right. Poor Richard's. Yeah, Little Richard was something different.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah. Also, Thomas Paine published the first American crisis essay on this date in 1776. These are the times that try men's souls. Ooh. Yeah. Wow. Continental Army, 11,000 men. George Washington and his Continental Army began the grim winter in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania in 1777. Sir William Perry was born on this date. in 1790. Christmas Carol, published on this date in 1843. 1980. This was a greater for young listeners. Prime interest rate in the country started going down and then went back up to 21.5%.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So 7.5 sounds a lot, but in 1980, the prime interest rate was 21.5%. By the way, every time the interest rate has gone up, it's been under a Democrat. You can check that out for yourself. And in 1996, television industry unveiled a plan to rate programs based on G and M. Tom, what did the M stand for?
Mean.
No.
Mature audiences.
Yes.
Today is Muffin Day, Hard Candy Day, and Jake Gyllenhaal's birthday. He's 43. Name a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal.
He was in that would go ahead. Bareback Mountain.
Bareback Mountain?
Back Mountain.
Well, broke.
And City Slickers.
It's the same neighborhood.
Notice the movie that Tom comes up with first.
Well, I was going to say.
Yeah. Yeah. He is a Buddhist and tries to meditate at least once a day. Former Cardinals quarterback Jake Plummer is 49 years old.
I wonder what happened to that dude.
Alyssa Milano celebrating her 51st birthday. Chris Angel is 56. He could disappear.
Wow.
Jennifer Beal, best known for what movie, Tom? Jennifer Beal?
She was, It's a Feeling.
That's not the name of the movie.
Oh, Flashdance.
Thank you.
60 years old today.
60, dang.
And Venus the Flytrap, the actor Tim Reed, is 79. What TV show was he from, Tom?
Cincinnati KRQP.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
What the hell was that?
It's in the neighborhood.
No,
not even close. Not even close. All right, still to come, we got the national anthem and the pledge, boob of the day, and more coming up this morning. Tom and the text, then we'll take our break. Some of the stories that we're going to be talking about during the next break. El Paso County Commissioners voted to sue the state over the arresting of illegals. We'll talk about that. New Mexico State Police released new data in the fight against crime in New Mexico. Florida man busted after he hit somebody with a chicken. You know where that happened, right? Oh, yeah, I bet you do. And a man with a warrant flees from deputies. He was later captured. How they captured him is something new to New Mexico. Oh, wait, Joe Biden's brother, James Biden. More information coming out about James. He's been crooked for a long, long time. And a man accused of breaking into a home. Was he shot? I'll give you more information about that in Clovis coming up in just a couple. Tom and the text.
All right. If the texter says, if you go to the state website and type in your information, you will see for yourself that the mail-in ballots are not counted, says the texter. And China is researching the invincible cloaking, and Russia is developing fifth-generation military weapons. Meanwhile, here in America, we're trying to figure out how many sexes there are, says the texter. Okay,
2 is the answer.
That's it, right?
I think it's just 2, male and female.
Oh, I guess he's a liberal, but he's chiming in. He says, Rocket's a loudmouth liberal himself, says the texter.
Rocket is a loudmouth liberal? Them a fighting word.
I would think so. And another texter says, please vote Yvette. The next time you do that, vote
Well, and that's the other thing. Look, we got one of the most liberal congressmen in Washington, D.C., voting against the oil and gas industry.
And anti-American.
Yeah. And he's anti-American. He's open border. And we didn't get out and vote. Yvette Harrell is home.
Yeah.
Can we get her back in? Can we get her back in Washington, D.C.? We need Gabe Vasquez gone tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not going to happen, but we need him gone. Look, that district was held by a Republican for how many years?
Ooh.
20 years?
Yeah, a couple decades. Steve Pierce
Of course,
held on to it for a while.
District.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Tom, continue.
All right. So, all right. You know, I believe it's a law in Australia, says this one texter, that if you're of legal age, you're required to vote if there is an election or you face penalties, says the texter. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah. I think, maybe hook it to your driver's license.
Remember the first election they held in Iraq? People walked for like 70 miles to vote.
Right. Third world countries will do that.
Well, it's because it's such a right that and privilege that they don't take it for granted.
No.
In this country.
And we shouldn't either.
Yep. Yeah.
We shouldn't either. All right, one more, Tom, before we break.
So this texter is saying, we conservatives, we need to follow the Democrats' lead. Vote early and vote often.
Vote often. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
All right, national anthem and the pledge this morning being brought to you by our buddy Rebecca Long, Farmers Insurance agent. Get in touch with Rebecca today. 40-plus years in the business, still helping people. Started with farmers and started her business with farmers at the age of 19. Stop in and check her out. She's right there on West Vega and Hobbs. She can take care of everybody in Lee, Eddy, and Chaves counties. She can bundle all your policies together to save you a ton of money. Also, when you bundle and roll everything together under one agent, it saves you a lot of time and effort. It really does, along with saving you money. Get in touch with Rebecca today, 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today, proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
El Charro de Oro, Sebastián de la Cruz.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brown stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Jude Oil, reminding you God is always in control.
From Galatians 4 this morning, God sent his son, born of a woman, born under law, to redeem those under the law, that we may receive the full rights of sons.
This is Ashley with Judah Oil, and I ask that you join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
God bless America. God bless you this morning. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. They have ready-mix concrete. Go to the website, chancematerials.com, for more information. They offer great customer service and affordable ready-mix concrete. They always give you the lowest possible price. 575-363-3240. Call them today. chancematerials.com. Sunny today, up to about 63 today, 38 tonight, a little cloudy, increasing clouds tomorrow and 65, and then maybe a chance of rain coming up Thursday morning. Should be sunny by Thursday afternoon. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Boob of the day on the way. Let's check in, find out what's going on with news. Being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale, the attorney that settles the big cases. Over $10 million in a case in the oil patch, $9 million in a medical malpractice case. Been involved in any type of personal injury case, car accident, slip and fall. Luke Ragsdale knows how to deal with the insurance companies and get you the biggest settlement possible. Call him today, 575-208-5300. And if you've gotten yourself in a criminal matter, he can defend you. RagsdaleLawFirm.com for more information. Let's take a break. Our number is 877-396-W105. Coming back at 7:57 on W105, KWMW Malmsbury, 105.1 FM. We're beyond the Breakfast Club.
News. I'm CJ Papa. President Biden will visit Bethesda, Maryland today for a campaign event, but in the latest poll from Fox News out last night shows he's underwater on the topics of national security, Ukraine-Russia war, the economy, China, the Israel-Hamas war, border security, and inflation. A tech behemoth will write a big check to resolve claims by a group of states that Google Play operated as an illegal monopoly on the Android operating system owned by Google.
Alphabet, parent of Google, has agreed to pay $700 million to resolve an antitrust claim involving its App Store. It will also allow more competition.
Fox's Jenny Casola. The first court appearance for Hunter Biden, January 11th, on those tax evasion charges. The cleanup in Maine from the vicious late storm. More than 852,000 people are without power, according to poweroutage.usa. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everybody, I'm here with an important message to all my welder friends. Listen, if your welder is having problems, needs maintenance, or maybe you've been thinking it's on its last leg and you didn't know where to have it repaired, well, let me tell you about Johnny Tomlin at J&P Customs, 1203 West Lee Street in Carlsbad. J&P Customs is a full-scale welding repair shop with over 37 years of experience. J&P Customs is family-owned and operated. They specialize in engine drive and they stock most parts. Go see them Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m. or Saturday, 8:30 to 3 p.m. J&P Customs, 1203 West Lee Street in Carlsbad. They are the welder's best friend and the only wireless true remote dealer in the United States.
For a working man, protection on the job is always first priority. But when it comes to clothes, safety shouldn't compromise style and comfort. And thanks to Wrangler flame-resistant apparel, it doesn't have to. Now the same Wrangler style and comfort you love comes with the protection you need. And with a product guarantee for the life of the garment, they'll take the heat off of any job you take on. Stop by Benny's Western Store in Artesia or Carlsbad to try on some Wrangler flame-resistant apparel today. For the right work clothes, think inside the closet.
The City of Hobbs has great long-term career opportunities that promote a work-life balance while offering awesome benefits. Paid time off starts on day one. Full-time new hires earn 12 hours per month. That's 18 days per year. With paid time off accrual and 12 paid holidays, plus a floating holiday, there's plenty of time for the family work-life balance. Apply today online at hobbsnm.org. The City of Hobbs is an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free and smoke-free workplace.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We gotta get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Holiday scratchers from the New Mexico Lottery are now on sale, and they feature a second chance promotion. 60 lucky entrants will each win $1,000 this holiday season. Get info and enter at nmlottery.com. You must be at least 18 to play. Please play and gift responsibly. 8 down, 4-letter word for an animated panther. Pink. Introducing Pink Panther Scratchers, featuring $15,000 top prizes. Pick up New Mexico Lottery Pink Panther Crossword Scratchers today. You must be at least 18 to play. Please play responsibly.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Velos at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back, and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles.
Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
SDR Enterprises of Hobbs is hiring with openings for belly dump drivers, track hoe, backhoe operators, as well as roustabout and labor hands. Come and be a part of the team. Health benefits and 401k options are available to employees, and pay will be based upon experience. You must be able to pass a pre-employment drug screening. Apply in person today at 3901 South Eunice Highway or contact them at sdrenterprisesllc.com. SDR Enterprises is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in Southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay. In addition, you get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Shop the Working Guys store for everyone on your Christmas list. Look for the elf on a shelf and find incredible savings store-wide. Men's and women's work boots, FR jeans and shirts, fashion western wear for the whole family, coolers and accessories, belts, wallets, cologne, and sunglasses including Maui Jim. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 for your holiday shopping convenience. Come see those working elves at the Working Guys store, 109 East Broadway.
This week at Bob's Ridgeway, they've got the specials designed to get you ready for the holidays. Cooked shank portion bone-in ham, 97 cents a pound. Select T-bone steak, $5.97 a pound. Honeysuckle white young turkey, as low as $1.88 a pound. And in produce, large fancy Texas grapefruit, 2 for $3. Hot house bell peppers, 2 for $3. Get a 5-pound bag of U.S. #1 grade potatoes, just $2.49. And it's tamale time with the Boston butt, fresh masa, chili pods, and all the fixings on special. This week at Bob's Ridgeway, they're getting you ready for the holidays with more than 150 inflation-fighting specials, and where they always carry your groceries out for you. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar goes farther.
Here is your Liar Pants on Fire update.
It's estimated that 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Okay, you ready? Yeah. Here it comes. Okay, I'm ready.
Don't get up without us.
Osama got run over by a reindeer right outside his cave on Christmas Eve. Some folks say there's no such thing as Santa, but now even the Taliban believe. Osama thought we'd never find him, but even little children know. Santa knows who's been real naughty in those hard Afghani mountains capped with snow. Al-Qaeda found him Christmas morning, place down on that mountain pass. There were hoof marks on his turban, and a broken reindeer antler dropped his head. Osama got run over by a reindeer, being near his cave door Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as karma, but if you saw those hoof marks, you believe. Osama got run over by a reindeer. Now he's not around on Christmas Day. He was hoping he'd be meeting Allah. The only thing he met was Santa's sleigh.
877-396-W105. Mandated Christmas song. There you go. You got it. Yeah. God bless America. I'm pulling them out from all over the place. Just, yeah, so God bless. Pickleball players in Wichita, Kansas recently got festive with the Ugly Sweater Tournament. The Ugly Sweater Tournament got out of control, and people were wearing ugly sweaters while playing a sport. First time ever, Tom, they've ever done that.
Sure.
I mean, and by the way, the coach of the pickleball team yelled at their star player, and now Tom says he should apologize. Security cameras were rolling in Mississippi at a restaurant when a deer crashed through a window.
Man.
And turned the lunch rush into a dine and dash. Bad news, there's damage to the restaurant. Good news is the venison is pretty good. Right. It's on the menu. Wow.
Freshly cut.
By the way, they're open from dusk to fawn.
Right.
By the way, deers are big in Mississippi.
They're not that big. How big are they, B? A couple 100 pounds.
No, they get up to 250.
Yeah.
They're big.
Whitetail in Mississippi, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, 877-396-W105. We talked about this. Hunter Biden didn't want to be the only one that didn't pay his taxes. Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley, still owes taxes. And by the way, she has got a tax lien against her. It runs in the family. Criminal activity and not paying their taxes. And Corrine Fox, Jamie Foxx's 29-year-old daughter, got engaged, Tom. Congratulations to her and Jamie. We still don't know. We found out what his illness was.
I never found out. Did you, Blake?
I didn't find out either. Never.
That's
and
one more girl Tom won't be able to latch on to.
Exactly. In Texas, a family made a shocking discovery. That's what happened when a possum was attached to their Christmas tree. And what's crazy is that the possum had been on the Christmas tree, they think, for a couple weeks.
Yeah, they get
thought
scared.
They heard somebody sneezing, and it was actually the possum. Craziness.
And, possums won't hurt you. No. Just grab them by the tail and take them outside. That's it.
By the way, you have any idea why they didn't discover the possum, Tom? Any idea?
What do opossums do? They hang by the tree.
It was playing possum. That's why they didn't find it, okay?
Right. Yeah. They must not be too thorough in decorating, I guess.
Yeah. Ex-Super Bowl, ex-Steelers star tried to play victim after white people criticized you upset over a single tweet. Rashad Mendenhall.
I remember him.
Made a comment about white people. By the way, backlash is coming down on him. A ton of criticism for Mendenhall.
Well, he basically said that white people shouldn't be able to comment on football.
Oh, really?
Oh, come.
Why shouldn't white people have shouldn't be able to comment? See, I'm seeing more and more stories like this all the time, that white people shouldn't do this and white people shouldn't breathe. And just coming on Fox this morning, U.S. economists are predicting that 2024 will be the biggest crash of our lifetime. Now you understand why everybody's getting out of the market, right? All the guys,
right?
All the players.
What I was saying. Watch what the people with
Who
the
was
money
that
do.
last week that came out? Oh, the guy from Oklahoma.
Last week?
The big guy,
Warren Buffett?
Warren Buffett
He's
is selling out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, he's
Is he from
Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska.
All look at the super rich, like any billionaires.
they're all out of the market.
They're all taking
All of them.
cash position.
Yeah, that tells us why.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And they said the biggest crash of the market could be coming. Is that why it's being propped up right now?
Good.
We could have the biggest crash of our lifetime. Harry Dent warns us about this bubble, and he said it's about to burst in 2024. If you just follow the people with the money and what they're doing, they're getting out of the market.
And
if you just follow what they do.
Yeah, they won't take the hit, but your mutual fund's going to take a hit. All the little people that aren't paying attention are going to take a hit. Won't be the big time money, folks. Follow what they do.
So if you don't even have to be that smart. Just follow Warren Buffett, follow Bill Gates, and see what they're doing and do the same thing. You'll probably survive most things. You will.
Meanwhile,
now you have to have money.
Now, meanwhile, we're kind of in a bubble here. You're Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, because
I wouldn't say that. Huh?
You see, we're in danger too?
Yes,
but everybody's buying up all these companies.
Yeah, they're consolidating.
Huh?
So how are we in the bubble?
Well, I mean, if you go to like some of the other countries, some of the other states that are struggling economically, we're not.
Did you pay attention to what we were just talking about?
Yeah, but we're not. I mean,
we're talking about the stock market.
I know, but from Wall Street to Main Street, everything's going to be affected in some way, right?
Stock market.
Do you have a 401k, Tom?
B never offered me one.
Oh, it's my responsibility to offer you a 401k? Really?
Do you have a Roth IRA?
So go ahead and blame everything on me.
Yeah, well, okay. So wait. You didn't offer him, but so how did that keep you from getting a Roth IRA?
No, I didn't get it.
I've never planned that far in advance. I mean, if you know me, I'm not a planner.
Right.
Okay.
I put it away little by little.
Where?
In my
very little.
Not in the bank. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying, if you have a mutual fund or you have an IRA or you have any of those things, watch the market very much.
With that being said, the dollar is being devalued. We're all going to take a big hit.
Now, we need to say here that we are not financial advisors.
No, we're not financial.
And we are not offering advice.
But B, you can't say that because you live in a bubble over there. I mean, you can spend your dollar and get the most for it.
The dollar is devalued.
Right.
That will hurt me because the dollar will not go as far as it used to.
Well, it ain't hurting you
so
now.
I'm not.
You go
not in the next 5 minutes, Tom.
He goes island hopping every weekend, man. Come on.
Oh my goodness. We're talking overall.
Look, you can't be me, so quit trying to be me.
Yeah, you can't be me, B. So quit
I don't
try to be
want to
me.
be you. I do not want to be you.
I want to be me. I want to be me.
I don't want your health problems or your inability to sing. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin traveled to Tel Aviv yesterday to talk to the Prime Minister, and you know what that was about? Humanitarian. We need to be more humanitarians along Gaza. No.
We need to pump the tunnels full of salt water is what we need to do.
Yeah, exactly. 100% right. Florida Republican Party chair suspended. I don't know if you saw this. They demanded his resignation. Police are investigating a sexual assault allegation against him. Christian Ziegler is accused of raping a woman with whom he and his wife had prior consensual relationships. Wait a second. So they're swingers, evidently.
Apparently.
Well, I'm not. It's nothing to lie about.
They hang the pineapple upside down, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, people partake in that. And you know what happened? My personal belief is what happens in people's bedroom is their business.
Absolutely.
I don't care. I do not care.
Nope.
But if you're a Republican and he's accused of raping this woman, that's not good. I mean, the rest came out that, they had consensual sex, but no still means no. El Paso commissioners voted to sue the state of Texas after they signed SB 4. So El Paso County commissioners unanimously voted yesterday to direct the county staff to file a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of the state's border security bill. And by the way, you know who they're suing with their benefit and co-counsel of the ACLU. So the Texas governor signed that bill. If you don't know about the bill, SB 4 gives local law enforcement the power to arrest migrants and demand that they leave the United States. This bill goes into effect in March of this coming year. And so El Paso said it's racial profiling. It's racial profiling.
Greg Abbott needs to call Michelle Lujan Grisham and say, you know what? I got a trade for you.
Right.
We will give you El Paso and we will take the southeast corner.
Here's the deal. El Paso, I do not want to hear you bitching and moaning about the problems with all the illegals that have been dropped off or crossed the border in your county. I don't want to hear squat from you. I don't want to hear you begging the federal government for money. I don't want to hear anything. Because Greg Abbott is actually trying to possibly fix the situation. That's not even his deal. That's the federal government's responsibility. I suspect that this will be taken to the Supreme Court. We'll see. Kind of crazy. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store, Broadmoor Mall. Find them today. Extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, work gear. They've got you covered. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. They've got that. Yeah. Zero down financing. Look for Christmas presents. Man, go in there and check that out. Right next door is Scrub Outfitters. They have a huge selection of scrubs, medical scrubs, the largest selection in 100 miles. Big name brands like Healing Hands and Medcouture and Peaches. Huge selection of compression socks and comfy shoes. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, they're in the Broadmoor Mall. Tom on the text, we're coming back. We're going to talk about New Mexico State Police released new data when it comes to fighting against crime. We'll get to that next.
All right, dude from Lovington is chiming in. You know, I know a bunch of people that didn't vote. When I asked them why, they invariably say it's because there's really no difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. Abortion and gun rights aren't enough to motivate people, says the dude from Lovington. He also goes on to say Warren Buffett also just bought $590 million worth of Oxy stocks.
That's because of the buyouts you were talking about. That's a quick turnaround. You watch.
Yeah. And Tommy Carl's back. You know, it's always somebody else's fault. It was always someone else's eating the buffet.
Oh, wait. Is he talking about Tom?
Yes.
I guess he's talking about it. What's up with
Yeah,
that,
I
Tom?
didn't save any money because B didn't help me save the money.
Yeah, B didn't offer me that.
What the hell is that?
Hey, B, do you think LSU is going to pan out next year with the new SEC, or is it too early to tell? I'm pretty excited for it, though, says this one texter. He's asking you.
I think Texas is ahead of Oklahoma. I think I look forward to the last game of the year with LSU playing Oklahoma.
Nice.
Last time LSU played Oklahoma, it didn't work out well for Oklahoma, but God bless them.
Yeah, but
I think Texas is ahead.
But your boy's not even going to play in that ball game.
No, he'll be in the NFL by then.
Yeah. He said, I'm
talking about Oklahoma next year.
Yeah.
Holy crap. How can you live in that brain?
Don't yell at
every
him.
day. Yeah, don't yell at me, B.
My boy won't play in that game next year. No, you're right. He's a senior. He's gone.
Entering the NFL.
I meant the coach, Tom.
Oh, the coach. I'm sorry. Hey, we got a phone call?
We do.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Hey, caller, before you talk, let me do this one more time. All right, go ahead.
Crazy.
That's what things sound like in Tom's brain right there. It's rattling around in there.
What's going on,
Tell it.
No, I couldn't help but notice y'all were talking about the market and what Bill Gates and Warren Buffett were doing. I mean, let's be honest. Do you really think they're going to tell the average Joe Blow what they're actually doing and everything that they're doing? No, absolutely not. I mean, you'll never know what they did to get where they're at.
Well, you got to do your homework and find out what they're doing. They're not going to tell you, that's for sure.
Well, even if how are you going to do your homework? You don't think this is top secret stuff? You don't think they're going to keep it all for themselves? You know, the dirty little secret stuff.
You can watch what the markets are doing and who the players are and who the brokers are, and if you read on it, you will find out who they use for broker firms and stuff. And yeah, you're not going to know them all because the super rich they deal with numbers that just boggle our minds. But you can watch what they're doing publicly. Example: Mark Cuban, selling the main interest in the Mavericks, etc., and moving to cash positions.
Thumbs up.
But it was announced that Bill Gates had just sold all kind of Microsoft stock.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Bezos, had just sold all kind of Amazon stock.
Right.
And so a lot of time that information is out there, and if you just play along, you'll make some money. Unfortunately, I never played along. And I'll blame it on somebody else. Tom had never set that up for me. That's why I didn't.
What are you trying to say? Amazon is going downhill?
No, they have record sales.
No.
They're just moving to a cash position.
I think what's going to happen is the market is going to crash, so they're just bailing out at the present time and going to a cash position. Cash is king.
If you're in a cash position and the market goes down, you can buy back in lower than you sold out at and make a lot of money doing both things.
I don't know. It is what it is, I guess.
Buy low, sell high.
And I wish somebody would have set that up for me, like Tom said.
Thanks for calling, Abe.
Damn Will Rooney should have set it up for me.
You hired me. Hello. But it's all about negotiations. As B's always
fired you too. I wish I'd have fired you right before I left.
Kind of late for that. Hey, by the way, I was on the way to work. This texter said, when you all started the show yesterday, I'm barely going home, though. Thanks for keeping our heads up, guys. I guess even Tom gets thanks. His stupidity is entertaining sometimes, says the text. Well, thanks for tuning in.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. All right, 3 months ago, dozens of New Mexico State police officers came into Albuquerque to help tackle the problems that the governor described in her health order. So question number one, why does Albuquerque need help from New Mexico State Police? This is the second time they've gone in to help. I mean, the state police should be out throughout the entire state. Mm-hmm. So why do they need help? They've got the Bernalillo County Sheriff. They got Albuquerque police officers. Why do they need state police? State police, can they arrest people faster? Can they prosecute people faster? I'm just wondering why it takes state police to go to Albuquerque.
Well, and she asked for FBI too. And of course the former Bernalillo County Sheriff running guns.
Right.
So the state police arrested 211 people, including 87 repeat offenders. Surprise! They got 21 guns off the street, recovered 23 stolen guns, and handed out 3,000 traffic violations.
And it had nothing to do with her health orders.
Nothing. By the way, homicide is down 22%. So do you think homicide is down because state police is in town?
Nope.
I think the cycle is down.
Right. Just wait till those get back out, the ones that they arrested, so that they can arrest them again and again and again.
Exactly.
And then in between, they do those crimes.
Yeah, I'm not buying the numbers. Looks like a man busted for a poultry pelting case. This guy, supposedly his chicken was not cooked and threw a piece of chicken in Nashville. Well, it was called Nashville Spicy Sauce. It happened in Florida, in St. Petersburg, Florida. Hit the guy in the eye with the Nashville hot sauce. Daniel Palmetto, 32 years old, has been charged with battery for hitting the guy in the eye with the piece of chicken. All because he said the chicken was not cooked all the way. Throwing food is dangerous. It is. Very, very dangerous. It's called assault with a deadly weapon. Especially the hot sauce in the eye. That's not good at all. Man flees from deputies in Bernalillo. Casey Davis, 30 years old, was caught. How did they catch him? With a drone. Wow. Yeah, deputies in Bernalillo got the drone up in the air. They saw the Dodge Charger in northeast Albuquerque at a gas station. This guy had a warrant out, and deputies tried making a traffic stop. He took off. They launched the drone. They caught him 8 miles up the road. See, that's smart police work. Maybe the governor needs to, I don't know, have drones in every police car throughout the state. Maybe that would be good police work.
She doesn't care about the police work and the actual crime rate.
No.
It's about control and taking your rights and guns away.
That's it. James Biden, given a loan, didn't provide the services. AmniCorps, Joe Biden's brother. Look, Joe Biden's brother has been part of the political machine for a long, long time. So James Biden, the brother of Joe Biden, didn't provide the services to AmniCorps despite obtaining $600,000 loan for the struggling healthcare company on promise that his name could bring funding from the Middle East. By the way, the funding never came, and they eventually filed Chapter 11. They closed up their hospitals, and eventually they were bought out for pennies on the dollar. James Biden. Yesterday, the story about James Biden getting paid as a lobbyist to lobby his brother, James Biden, using the Biden name. Hunter Biden, using the, okay, I see how that works. And a man in Clovis was shot. Homeowner shot the man accused of breaking into the into the owner's home. Person called police saying that someone was trying to break into his home And then later, they shot the person identified as Judas Naranjo, 21 years old. Police say the homeowner told the police that Naranjo was banging on the door and trying to get inside, tried to kick the door open. Naranjo has been charged with breaking and entering and has been released from the hospital. He's going to be okay. So you can protect your home, right, Tom?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody's trying to get in your home, you have every right to protect your home. It's probably not smart, though, to shoot through the door.
Right. Let them come in.
Yeah, let them come in before you shoot them. By the way, I'm not an attorney at law, but I do play one on the radio from time to time.
Right.
All right, 831. Text line, then we'll take a break.
All right, this texter is saying, be the Russ hater. He says, time to cash in your 401k with everything that's out there. Now, I've never been a financial advisor, but I would say keep it right where it's at. Because if you take it out, it's a penalty. Plus, you got to report it at the end of the year. It's earned income. Plus, you're going to end up spending it all anyway. Leave it where it's at. But have your little stash available in case. Good advice? Bad advice?
I would not follow that advice.
Okay, well,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
How about transferring it to gold?
Gold's good. But a lot of people are not going to
any precious metal.
But a lot of people are not going to roll over that. They're just not going to do it. They're going to keep it and spend it. And there you go.
How many times did you roll over?
A lot of times. I can tell you that's my experience. You're done. So when you get my age, you ain't got nothing except Social Security. I'll get my first check here in a few days. Wow.
So they say. We'll see if that happens.
You got this one texter said, you got that one wrong, B. That would be foul assault because he used a chicken. Remember? Foul assault, F-O-U-L, assault. Not foul.
F-O-W-L.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, this is on texter.
It's a poultry assault. Poultry pelting is what I said.
Right.
Poultry pelting. I didn't say it. Did I say foul?
No. Yeah, well, I don't know what you said.
You said poultry pelting, and
poultry
yes,
pelting.
That is a foul.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's one texter's hating this morning. He said, hey, Tom, can you go on vacation now? It's a texter. Gotta wait.
I'm kind of waiting on it, even though
Countdown.
I don't think he deserves a vacation, but that's just me.
I gotta go see
All
my
right,
dad,
let's take a break. Before we do that, let's check the weather. Being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, they've got them all. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And by the way, if you want to sell your guns, go to Zia Guns and sell your guns. They'll give you fair pricing. And if you're trading, they give you fair pricing on the trade. They've got the largest selection of guns in southeast New Mexico, over 1,000 firearms in stock at any given time. They've been around for a long time in Roswell. The largest gun dealer with over 1,000 guns in stock. Closed on Saturday, always open on Sunday. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Check them out today. 63 and sunny throughout the day. Cloudy tonight, down to about 38. Increasing clouds tomorrow and 65. Chance of rain on Thursday in the morning and then sunny in the afternoon. 5-day forecast, check it out, W105radio.com. Taking a break. We're coming right back. Boob of the Day is up next. News being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. Find them in Artesia on Main Street. They offer full-service janitorial supplies. If you need supplies, they've got you covered. They also offer all your janitorial cleaning. So they can go in and clean the office, industrial sites, all field sites, not a problem. They've got the experience, and their staff is hazmat certified, pathogen certified, and PPE certified. Call Amber this morning if you need cleaning supplies or if you want them to get in there and start cleaning. 575-703-1869, JankoJanitorial.com, JankoJanitorial.com. We're coming right back. We're B and the Breakfast Club on W105, 25 minutes away from 9 o'clock.
NTD Radio News being brought to you by Griffin's Electric, serving Carlsbad for over 15 years. Griffin's Electric, bringing you the news. Call Jeremy today, 575-200-8812.
When it comes to electrical repairs, installations, or renovations, leave it to the pros. Call Griffin's Electric in Carlsbad today. Griffin's Electric provides professional electrical service to residential and commercial customers, serving Carlsbad and surrounding areas. Call 575-200-8812. That's 575-200-8812. Griffin's Electric is a locally sourced business that supports strong family and community values.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Texas man arrested late Tuesday amid allegations he attacked a limo driver who'd been hired to bring him to Hobbs to gamble and stole his vehicle. 49-year-old Rosario Portillo of Midland, Texas, arrested and charged with unlawful taking of a motor vehicle. Hobbs police say Portillo was a passenger in the limo, became angered when the driver would not stop to allow him to relieve himself. Initial report indicates witnesses saw a man acting crazy, breaking windows on the limo in the parking lot in the 2800 block of North Del Paso Street in Hobbs. The caller then saw the limo leaving the parking lot, heading north on North Del Paso. The city's video observation system, Eagle Eye C, reportedly tracked the car to the intersection of North Del Paso and Navajo Drive. Lovington City Commission met during a selection process to name a new police chief, which was narrowed to just one name, Joe Clark, who is currently the sergeant detective for the department and serves in the Criminal Investigations Division. Lovington City Manager and former Lovington Police Chief David Mirandas had Clark's been with the LPD for about 20 years off and on. Clark began as a police officer with the department last year, eventually promoting to patrol sergeant and training sergeant, and he was first named detective sergeant in 2012 before leaving the department in 2014 and returning last year. Selection process for a new Lovington police chief has been ongoing for a few months. Eddy County agreed with a list of priorities drawn up by the New Mexico counties to ask New Mexico legislators for in the 2024 New Mexico legislative session, with commissioners passing a resolution November 7th. New Mexico's upcoming 30-day session starts January 16th at noon. Among the issues to tackle were detention center reimbursement funds, detention center recruiting and retention, prisoner transportation, and extradition. Eddy County officials and NMC hope the state funding plan crafted by lawmakers would include room for those items. Eddy County manager says detention centers across New Mexico, part of a larger conversation county managers had earlier this year during a retreat. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Shop the Working Guys store for everyone on your Christmas list. Look for the elf on a shelf and find incredible savings store-wide. Men's and women's work boots, FR jeans and shirts, fashion western wear for the whole family, coolers and accessories, belts, wallets, cologne, and sunglasses including Maui Jim. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 for your holiday shopping convenience. Come see those working elves at the Working Guys store, 109 East Broadway.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services, from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells, as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Carlsbad's evening hotspot is Cal's Shade Western Lounge and Package, featuring nightly drink specials, karaoke Wednesday nights, open mic Thursdays for ladies night with $1 off drinks. Plus, most Friday and Saturday nights feature live music. Don't forget the 24-lane bowling action of Cal's Cactus Lanes Bowling and Recreation Center with Cosmic Bowling Friday and Saturday nights. And eat at Barilla de Rango Tuesday through Sunday. A restaurant, 2 lounges, package store, and recreation center, all at 1611 South Canal in Carlsbad. Cal Shade Western now hiring bartenders, waitresses, security, and office personnel. Call 887-9012 for Cal Shade Western.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. I'm wide awake, I'm wide awake.
Call or text 877-396-W105.
Your number one source of local news and information. B and the Breakfast Club. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
My wife thinks that
I'm surrounded by idiots.
By the way, this is a Christmas song.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Dashing through the snow. Oh, ho, 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 ho. What a fields he goes. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Santa's got to go. I'm telling you why. You better duck out or cry. Cause all those toys he flies. Oh no, oh no.
877-396-W105. I was actually starting to rock out. I'm just saying. 8:43, we are B on the Breakfast Club. Tom, what is that song?
It's a Valley song. For sure. You know what I mean? For sure.
Also, if you can name the group.
Like the Valley Girls.
Name the group,
yeah.
Tom.
Oh, my God.
Valley Girls.
Led Zeppelin.
Oh, that dude.
Not that dude.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah.
Which one?
Which was
Van Zandt? Van Zandt was in that movie?
Yeah, Van Zandt. Yes, he's in Led Zeppelin. Yes.
Him and Rick Springfield.
Yeah, they were together. They were part of, I think those are the guys. Yes.
In neighborhood.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Canada reportedly we're going to require all vehicles to be electric by 2035. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said all people will be driving electric vehicles by 2035.
They'll be walking.
Yeah. By the way, I'm wondering, it gets very cold in Canada. How do those batteries operate?
They don't.
Oh, they'll run out of juice faster than than Mark McGuire in a home run contest without the steering.
That's right. About the same.
Yeah. Not going to work. Thank you, Justin, for a great try. God bless you.
He's mad because he didn't get to be in on the video that the senator's aide was doing.
Yeah, you're probably right. And he'd have been blackface if he was doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Liv Morgan, Tom, superstar for WWE, arrested in Florida, drug charges.
I wonder who that was.
Liv Morgan.
WWE.
Liv.
But does he have a moniker name or anything?
She.
I have no idea. Tom?
I don't know her.
I
She's
thought
a
you
diva.
were a wrestling fan.
I don't know the divas, though.
Well, I mean, look, he's a everything fan until it actually, you know,
What's he
you
get,
have to
what's he get busted
sweat.
for, B?
So you only watch the guys and not the girls.
Drug charges. I said drug
Oh,
charges.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Drug charges.
What?
He's not
Drug,
listening to the
like
show.
drug charges. Phew. All right, this is quite interesting. After 122 years, and once being the largest company on the planet, U.S. Steel has agreed to sell out.
Really?
U.S. Steel saved our butt in World War II.
Mm-hmm. Now we can say foreign.
They sold it to a Japanese company.
Nippon Steel.
Yeah, $14.1 billion.
That's it?
So now the steel industry in America is no longer owned by Americans.
Do you remember Donald Trump saved the U.S. steel industry?
He did.
I mean, I'm serious. He revived the steel industry because all our steel was coming from China, Japan,
and Mexico.
And yeah, I guess, and Mexico. And he brought steel back to America.
Mm-hmm.
Steel industry.
Now, Kevin, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How do you build a country if you don't supply any of the resources?
Well, that's the problem. And I mean, nowadays, you know what we ought to do when it comes to microchips? And China and Taiwan are, and that's part of the reason China wants to control Taiwan, is because of microchips.
Right.
They are the two biggest producers. America needs to get on board. Because sooner or later, whoever controls the microchips is going to control the world. See, I'm not that smart. I'm really not that smart. And I'm not highly educated. But everything runs on microchips, from the car you drive to your computer to your phone. Everything operates on microchips.
Did you just say your cats?
They put chips in cats nowadays, or pets. Did you know that, right?
They do not put microchips
They darn
in pets.
sure do.
They do not.
Hey, darn sure. That's the only way to locate a lost pet.
It's an ID chip.
Same thing.
It's
Same
not a
neighborhood.
microprocessor.
Same
It
thing.
does, no, it's not.
If you scan the ear, you know where it's at.
No,
It's a
you don't. It's
type
not.
of
It's
chip.
not a
It's not
location
a
chip. It's not
Right.
GPS.
Well, my cat's got chips.
They're not GPS. That's not.
By the
what they
way,
are.
Tom, your cats are chipped.
Yes.
Why?
In case they get lost.
They're a bunch of alley cats that you let run free.
Cats.
And I don't believe that you chip your cats, because to chip your cats, it costs money.
I did. It was a program that Lovington had
They had
a
a
couple
free
years
one.
ago. Yeah.
Somebody did it for free then.
Yeah, they did.
All right, escaped sex offender has been captured. Authorities in Texas announced they captured the convicted sex offender serving a life sentence to escape from the Clements unit in Brazoria.
Right, Brazoria County.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Matagorda. So they have arrested him. He's good. They got him. By the way, his boyfriend has also been charged. How the heck does a sex offender serving life sentence escape?
His boyfriend helped him.
Well, I guess that's the way it happened.
Old Red.
By the way, he is serving that life sentence for continuous sex with a child. Not good. Jonathan Majors, guilty. I talked about that story. And Nicki Minaj has the #1 album on the charts, in case for who the hell gives a damn.
Tom couldn't identify her when she was on the cover of Vogue when we were talking about it the other day. Remember?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
By the way, I'll segue into At Last Makeup Mirror.
There you go.
By the way, if you're looking through Vogue magazine, Nicki Minaj on the cover, you might see an ad for the At Last Makeup Mirror. Remember I said they were going national?
Mm-hmm.
So they took a company that started in New Mexico, in Lee County, and they're taking it national. That's where Vogue, I mean, in the fashion industry, you don't get any bigger than Vogue.
Right.
And so Tom couldn't tell if it was Nicki Minaj, but he did notice the At Last Makeup Mirror.
Absolutely. Of course, Nicki Minaj just had the giant name right next to her.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj. I have no idea who that is, but it says Nicki Minaj. But At Last Makeup Mirror right now, just in time for Christmas, is offering you a 20% discount when you go online and buy online at lastmakeupmirror.com. Use the discount code W105, save 20% off. When you go to Albertsons and Carlsbad and at Hobbs, you're going to save 20% off. Wow. And you can also find the At Last Makeup Mirror at the Market Street stores in Midland and Odessa. It's been a busy year for Rebecca. She has joined forces with Kevin Harrington. Kevin is the original shark from Shark Tank, and together they put together this marketing campaign that is taking the At Last Makeup Mirror national. Now, you could still get it at her office in Hobbs. In fact, they're wrapped up, ready to go right now. They're gift wrapped and ready to go. Stop by and see her right there at 226 West Vega. Call 575-631-3189, or you can order online at lastmakeupmirror.com. Don't forget, just use the discount code W105 to save 20%. We're going to take a break, come back. We got lots of stories to get to. Immigration court, how far is it backlogged? Tom, give me a number. How far is it backlogged?
I'm going to say at least 5 million.
You might not be that far off. We'll get to that story coming up next. 8:52. We're W105.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Defending American interests, including fossil fuel. Defense Secretary Austin launches Operation Prosperity Guardian in the Red Sea, with 10 nations to operate joint patrols to protect shipping from drone and missile attacks launched by Iran-backed Houthi rebels. Texas defending itself against the migrant rush. Governor Abbott signing a law making illegal border crossing a state crime, giving police arrest powers.
It creates a criminal offense for illegal entry into Texas from a foreign nation. For repeat offenders, it creates the offense of illegal reentry with a potential prison sentence term of up to 20 years.
Expect an appeal. No defense against a volcano in Iceland threatening a fishing village in the Blue Lagoon. Geothermal baths threatening to bury the area in lava. America is listening to Fox News.
This Eunice Cardinals update being brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O, proudly supporting the Eunice Cardinals.
Guns Up Services LLC of Eunice, supporting the community for over 13 years. Would like to wish the Cardinals another great season and also encourage everybody to show up in support of all Eunice Cardinal sports. With oil field services that range from vacuum trucks, winch trucks, dump trucks, and backhoes. They have frac tanks, caliche, downhole chemicals, saltwater disposal, and freshwater sales. That's Guns Up Services, LLC, helping to keep our oil field trucking. 2403 Avenue O, Eunice, or call at 575-399-2457. Go Cardinals!
At 3-3 so far this season, there's only one word to describe the Eunice Lady Cardinals. That's true grit. Coach Gary Frazier.
I just like it because they're competitive. They work hard and they just keep putting things together because we've had all kinds of obstacles thrown our way and we've just tried to overcome them.
Up next for the Lady Cardinals, they will be in Capitan for the Smoky Bear Classic, which begins on Thursday. And the heavyweights like Melrose will be there. The following week, the Lady Cardinals will go to Jow for their holiday class.
It'll be pretty competitive. They brought in some different teams. I'm not sure who all we play. I know Fort Hancock's one, ATC, and I think Wink. So that will be a solid tournament. But the Capitan tournament's going to be a tough one, too.
After the Jow Holiday Tournament, the Lady Cardinals won't have much of a rest. They'll take on Lovington on January the 8th, followed by Gateway Christian, Dora, Tularosa, and then District Opens against Hagerman on January 23rd.
This Eunice Cardinals update has been brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O in Eunice. Proudly serving the community for over 13 years. Go Cardinals!
Hello, Jan from Toyota here.
Hi, Jan. With the Grand Highlander we got at Toyotathon, we've been able to do so much. 5 different ski trips, 4 family functions, 3 potlucks, 2 shopping sprees, and a really big tree.
Wow, I'm really impressed.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 2nd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
If you, your business, or your organization is needing a venue or facility to host a meeting, convention, party, or other special event, don't cram everyone into your tiny little office. Call the Lee County Event Center. You don't have to fill up the main floor. The Event Center has many other smaller rooms that are perfect for meetings, seminars, parties, and other special events. The Lee County Event Center, seating for 25 or 2,500, 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Call 575-391-2100 or visit LeeCountyEvents.com.
Eager to see more of the world? Make it happen at Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs. Stop by 320 North Del Paso to feel like your own trailblazer with a 2023 Can-Am Maverick Trail 700 base model. This sidekick is for those who want to go everywhere and need a Can-Am ride built to take them there and back. Visit Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs to take life by the trail. Offer ends July 31st. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends September 30th. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Shop the Working Guys store for everyone on your Christmas list. Look for the elf on a shelf and find incredible savings store-wide. Men's and women's work boots, FR jeans and shirts, fashion western wear for the whole family, coolers and accessories, belts, wallets, cologne, and sunglasses including Maui Jim. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 for your holiday shopping convenience. Come see those working elves at the Working Guys store, 109 East Broadway.
This week at Bob's Ridgeway, they've got the specials designed to get you ready for the holidays. Cooked shank portion bone-in ham, 97 cents a pound. Select T-bone steak, $5.97 a pound. Honeysuckle white young turkey, as low as $1.88 a pound. And in produce, large fancy Texas grapefruit, 2 for $3. Hot house bell peppers, 2 for $3. Get a 5-pound bag of U.S. #1 grade potatoes, just $2.49. And it's tamale time with the Boston butt, fresh masa, chili pods, and all the fixings on special. This week at Bob's Ridgeway, they're getting you ready for the holidays with more than 150 inflation-fighting specials and where they always carry your groceries out for you. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar goes farther.
Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Hey, man, who's behind the mic? What's all the hype about?
Beat and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
877-396-W105. We got to get to the boob of the day. Good news of the day coming up. Tom in charge of the text. He's the guy. 877-396 W105.
All right, John from Eunice is chiming in. It says, Tom A., your brain is chipped, man. It dang sure is. What a moron, he says this morning. And that's
What a moron.
Yeah, he's a moron. You know, that's why Senator Tuberville exercised his U.S. Steel options.
Tuberville.
That's what I said, Tuberville. Options.
You said Tuber.
And that's why, would you shut up? That's why Senator
Tuberville
exercised his U.S. Steel options last week. Insider training in the House and Senate, might be a problem, says the text.
Again,
yeah,
follow what they're doing.
Nancy Pelosi's husband making gazillions of dollars on, I got you.
Zillions of dollars. And this texter says, maybe, hey, have you guys ever covered the story of the Ukrainian president getting money from the USA and the Ukrainian military in the States getting free medical care from our military doctors?
Well, look, there's so much corruption going on in Ukraine. The Biden criminal family is, man, I tell you what, they're getting rich. Why taxpayers are bearing the responsibility.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Goes on to finish this text me. Why in the blue heck is the administration paying for this war on all sides? Compromise, maybe? Amazing what a crappy comedian can accomplish, says the texter.
Well, and if you watched his videos on YouTube, not really even a comedian. He just gets up there and shakes his junk. And when I say shake his junk, that's exactly what he was doing.
Yep.
Go on YouTube and check out the videos.
And one more.
I don't know what he's proud of, but.
One more for Tom. He's saying this morning, Tom, please retire to a different neighborhood. Maybe you can find one that I don't like to or try to listen to. That way, your censorship won't affect my freedom of speech rights. You know what? I may just not read your text. Anyway, there you go.
He might move like right next to you. That would be bad. That would be really bad. Albuquerque and Las Cruces rank among the country's neediest cities. When it comes to charities and needy people, look, we knew that Albuquerque, I'm kind of surprised that Las Cruces
it's down there by El Paso.
According to Wallet Hub, is one of the neediest cities.
Well, where is Gabe Vasquez from?
Oh, well, yeah, right. Yeah. Immigration court back order, the bat log. This is sad and scary because people that are legal residents are also caught up in this backlog. 3 million pending cases. We will never catch up. It is humanly impossible for us at this point to catch up. We're not going to catch up.
Nope.
So 3 million cases. On average, each judge has 4,500 cases pending.
Wow.
Let that sink in. Former pastor got 40 years in prison for molesting his daughters in South Carolina. Sentenced to 40 years in prison, 3 counts of sexual misconduct. William Oswald, the pastor, 62 years old, is going away. Got 40 years in prison. He'll be 102 by the time he's out, if he gets out.
Ain't good
enough. We can pray to God that he does not. Yep. And Kim Aiken Jr. pled not guilty to 11 counts, 11 different felony charges against him, as his case was rescheduled on Monday in Dona Ana County. And, of course, he is a co-defendant for that case of New Mexico State University team members sodomizing several of their teammates. He pled not guilty to all 13 felonies. Tom on the text.
All right, this texter says, you know what? I really like Bill Gates investing into Ecolab, says the texter. And another one says, as a football text, I like Texas and anyone that beats Oklahoma in the SEC for next season, 2020. 24, says the texter. There you go. We're caught up.
Thanks, Tom. Tom, have you ever packed capsules? It's my first try at doing this.
No, what are you doing?
So
What are you
I
putting
got
in
the
those?
capsules. I got the capsules.
What are you putting in them?
And I got the powder to put in them.
Do you have the little bitty funnel?
I don't have the funnel, but I have a little spoon.
Okay.
So this is going to be interesting when I get off the air.
So what's
And thank God the capsules, I bought the big capsules.
right? What are they for? What are you going to use them for?
Creatine.
Oh.
And cayenne pepper.
It's a whole lot better than trying to mix it in your drink.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, especially it just doesn't mix real good. All right. Iowa Governor Reynolds takes aim at Trump over a misleading TV ad. I don't know if you saw this, but evidently she's for DeSantis.
Yeah, she
Said it's-
recently did that.
Yeah, it's misleading and not fair to Iowans. The governor said Monday in an interview with Fox, and Trump campaign, by the way, he is leading by such a crazy, nobody's going to stop Trump. Not in Iowa, at least. That's for sure. And that's pretty much all I got. We got to get to the boob of the day. Boob of the day being brought to you by our buddies at Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Medical professionals on staff. By the way, go to their Facebook page right now. Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics on Facebook. Check out all the specials on the aesthetic side. Ladies, if you're looking for different things, they've got you covered. Go check that out. And right now, they are offering a host of specials just in time for Christmas. Hey, if you're living in pain, Desert Functional offers stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, hormonal optimization. Look, their goal was to make you feel better, not numb everything up. No, to make you feel better. Desert Functional offers a lot of different treatments. They believe that getting down to the root cause of the problem. That's why they look at blood work to find out what's going on. Could be low testosterone causing you problems, guys. It could be something else. Get in touch with them today. Let them do a deep dive into your blood work. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So this one doesn't come from Florida. It comes from Pennsylvania, in Clarefield County to be exact. The former mayor of Osceola Mills, Pennsylvania, was sentenced to prison after firing a gun at Pokemon Go players in 2022. Ida Reams was sentenced on Monday to up to 1 year in jail, plus 18 months probation, in a plea deal from that March 22 outburst against two people who were playing Pokemon Go. And if you remember, that's the little phone game for catching a Pokemon. Now, Clearfield County District Attorney Ryan Sanders said the incident happened at the community food bank there. And in the original complaint, police listened to the 911 call and said that Reams audibly told the duo to, quote, get out right now, and that she would effing kill them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Police said they also heard 2 gunshots and the call disconnected. And just about the same time as her call, the Clearfield dispatch received a transfer call from 911 from one of the 2 Pokemon Go players, who said that he and his friend were playing Pokemon Go when Reams came out. She was noticeably intoxicated and started yelling at them. Now, they got all of that from the phone records from both sides. Now, she was the first elected mayor in Osceola Mills in 2013 and successfully won re-election in 2017. But she decided to step back from being mayor in 2021 before shooting at Pokemon Go players in 2022. And for shooting at people just playing Pokemon Go, former Mayor Reams, you are the boob of the day.
I think she got reamed out.
Right.
That's just what I'm saying. All right, 909. Tom, here's another star, the AEW star. That's wrestling.
Right.
The All Elite Wrestling star, CJ Perry, revealed on social media that she is dealing with a serious infection she got from undergoing another surgery.
Oh, my.
So, looks like she has to go under the knife again, as her middle finger is swollen. It's nothing worse than having a middle finger swollen. Never can tell when you're going to need the middle finger.
or
pretty bad.
Or when it needs to be swollen.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Never know when you're going to need it. So, yeah, big trouble. Meta stock is wrapping up the record year.
Mm-hmm.
Spurred all by cutting cost. They eliminated a huge amount of staff members and were able to save a lot of money. They're poised to have their best year ever, gaining 178% in 2023, as Friday is a closing day. You know, as much as we hate Mark Zuckerberg, the dude keeps winning. It's amazing. He just keeps on winning.
He does.
God bless him. Tom, I wish I could win like him.
Sure.
Crazy. And, Tom, what's it called when you're picked the last player in the draft?
The irrelevant player. Is that what it's called?
The last player.
The last player.
So, you know who was the last player?
Pick. Who was it?
This guy went from last player picked in the draft to MVP.
Tom Brady.
Name that player. Really, Tom? Tom Brady was not the last player picked.
They ain't close to it. He was in the neighborhood.
Brock Purdy.
Oh, that dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude. The last player picked to becoming MVP.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's not MVP yet.
Well,
he will be.
Damn sure probably will be.
No, Dak was on the fast lane to be the MVP. Then he choked last week.
No.
Purdy.
You haven't seen a single San Francisco 49er football game.
He got killed by Philadelphia in the NFC Conference
Excuse me?
Championship.
He didn't
last week.
He played with a hurt shoulder, and they didn't have a backup.
Whose fault is that?
The last player picked, Tom.
That was last year.
That's like being on the practice squad.
Yeah, but the guy was pretty good.
Well, you're discounting everything from this year, which is, hey, guess what? Where they picked the MVP from, not last year.
Yeah. Iceland volcano erupted. Did you see this? Driving into a brownout.
Yeah. Ain't there ice in Iceland?
Oh, I need to borrow your drill, B.
Oh my God!
Can you point to Iceland on a map, Tom?
It's
Where is Iceland, Tom?
Up there by the North Pole, isn't it?
Yes, North Pole. Yes, they're right close together.
Right next to South Pole, Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make potatoes.
Second drill sergeant found at Fort Jackson. Within 8 days, they're both dead.
Oh, my.
U.S. Army is investigating. What the hell is going on there?
Right.
Unbelievable. And I did the story about U.S. Steel selling out. Sad story. Sad. Tom in the text.
So when are the unions moving to Japan?
By the way, Japanese don't like unions.
Right, but isn't U.S. Steel run basically
by the Japanese?
No, by the unions.
Remember when Toyota and Nissan and Mitsubishi all came to the United States to build cars in the United States, Japanese cars in the United States? They don't like unions. They don't want nothing to do with unions.
Right. I bet you they make money.
Oh, and by the way, they make the cars cheaper.
Better.
Well, I'm not saying better, Tom. I'm just saying they make the cars cheaper because they're non-union. Crazy. All right, Tom, anything else? Wrap
All
her
right,
up.
so it's got some hate this morning for you, B. You know, B's just an hateful old man. Always thinks he's better than others. Says
I've never said I was better than anybody else. When did I say I was better than somebody
B, I guess the impression.
How far back are you going?
Well, I got to get him in. Since B says he
How
reads
about the new ones?
So, well, we will. Since B says he reads them all the time, he should start reading the Bible. Sometimes maybe that'll change his attitude and his personality about other people. Says the text.
Okay, now what did I say that is not that goes against the Bible? Please. You know, I really hate when people write stupid stuff to begin with. Please elaborate.
Yes, please, because that was also 2 hours ago, so I don't know what it's referring to.
Well, I'm catching up to the ones because we're
Well, you're kind of like 2 hours late, but I'm not surprised.
But we get them in because people, they never get in my text. Well, we're getting them in. And another texter says, Tom, Tom, please try it one day, would you? Not to say stupid crap for one day and let that day be tomorrow, please, says Smokey in Arizona.
Smokey, I promise you, starting next Tuesday,
no more stupid
at least
comments
for a week.
Right. And you guys should dedicate at least 30 minutes to sports only. One of the texters is requesting that. We mix it up all the time.
Tom couldn't talk on that.
Oh, we could have Tom talk about his favorite coaches.
Yeah.
And the coaches that need to apologize to players.
Right. He better. I
Like
mean,
Dion.
he better.
Dion,
He'll
better,
be called
you're
the
right.
apology
He needs to
tour.
apologize to his players.
Nah, he's all right.
Yeah.
And
The
by the-
apology tour. I can see Dick Butkus. I mean, not Dick. What was the coach of the Bears?
Ditka.
Oh, Ditka. Mike Ditka apologizing to one of his players. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah. He only won one Super Bowl. B, he should have won like 4. But he got attitude, and those players, he lost them in the locker room. I hear that
Did
all
you
the
really
time.
just say that?
Yes, sir.
Did you
What?
really just say that?
He lost them. That team should have
How
won
many
4 Super Bowls.
How many Super Bowls did you win?
4. He should have won at least 4.
How many did you win?
Well, I've been on the end of broadcasting 14 state
No.
championships.
How many Super Bowls did you win?
I'm not big enough to play football.
So now you're equating high school football coverage to winning the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of crap before, but never that. Unbelievable.
How many Super Bowls you won, Turkey?
None. Zero.
There you go.
None. Absolutely not.
How about just say LSU is 5-time national champion and Chris Daniels is this and that and la 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 la. And
Chris Daniels. Who's Chris Daniels?
whoever that dude is that won the Heisman Trophy.
His name is Jaden Daniels.
Tom's an expert.
Yes.
In case you couldn't tell.
Jaden Daniels.
So there you go. Hey,
Give the man his due.
One more text, Tommy. Tommy, I love you, man. Tom A can move his Willie Nelson tour bus mansion right into my RV park. That way, I could censor him instead of him censoring me by not reading my text or adding his far left leaning thoughtfulness process to my text. Tell me I love you.
So, Tommy, to be fair, we need Tom A's liberalism to help balance the show.
There you go.
I guess.
Thanks, Blake.
I guess. All right,
I had to come
Blake,
up with
do we
something.
have to take a break, or can we fit everything in?
We
to
can
what
we can fit everything in, and then we'll take the break between here and Tradio.
All right, we'll do that. Morning show, by the way, being brought to you by our buddies at WWRV, 3 RV parks in Carlsbad. You can find them at WWRV3.com or call them at 988-0392. Very well lit up, every one of their parks. They've had 3 parks in Carlsbad. Cool thing is they all offer pet-friendly RV parks, friendly RV parks, 30 and 50 amps available at all of their hookups, and high-speed internet at every one of your hookups. Super, super cool. And one low price for all your utilities, including that high-speed internet. WWRV times 3.com or 988-0392. Give them a call today. 81% of pet owners buy Christmas presents for their pets.
Aw, I got to get Monahans.
Tom, have you bought any Christmas presents yet?
I haven't yet for Monahans and push-ups. But, hey, guess who gave me a Christmas present just a moment ago?
How do you like how he segued the pet thing to talking about his present?
Yeah, Russ dropped me a nice Christmas present. Should I open it?
No. Wait till Christmas.
Package smells good.
So what was that percentage of pet owners, Kevin?
81%.
Really? Yeah.
Do you think that's counting just the regular buying treats, or do they actually wrap those presents? Does it say?
I got mine as a brush.
I know my dogs. I buy them stuff all the time.
My dog thing, it will just it's spoiled every day.
Right. I mean, extra treats and chew bones and all that stuff. It's whenever you need them.
Yeah. Looks like a sheriff in San Juan County is launches an investigation into a anti-gun group's activities. Oh, this should be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you see the story on the Pinion Post?
I did see the story. It's pretty interesting how he's going after him.
Yeah. So in a bid to ensure adherence to the state and federal laws governing the firearm transactions, Shane Ferrari, the sheriff, has initiated an investigation into the activities of the New Mexicans to Prevent Gun Violence group, which is far, far left. And they're focusing on the inquiry into what's happening with the guns, if I understand it right.
So, yes.
Is it a unlawful sale of a gun without a background check?
Yes, because they're offering buybacks themselves. It's not from the government. That group is offering buybacks, which, of course, if you are buying and selling a certain amount of firearms, and one of our actual gun dealers could probably tell us what that is, but I think it's over 5. You have to have a firearm license to buy and sell those guns.
Huh.
And this far left group doesn't. And that's the real funny, ironic thing about it is they're trying to prevent gun violence, and yet they're buying and selling guns quite possibly illegally.
So maybe we need more sheriffs to do the same thing.
I think it would be awesome.
I think it would be awesome, too. I mean, that's the way you fight the liberals.
Mm-hmm.
That's the exact same. I think he's on to something.
Yep.
Former Florida middle school teacher, by the way, was the rookie teacher of the year, will avoid a jail time after pleading guilty to charges related to grooming a 14-year-old male student into a sexual relationship. Brittany Lopez Murray, 33 years old, entered the plea in 6 of those charges Wednesday and will do probation in this case. I guess the good news is they're no longer a teacher,
right?
But was awarded Rookie of the Year. So congratulations.
Crazy.
And a teen does 44 push-ups between 2 moving trucks.
Wow.
Armenian teenager showed off his upper body strength, performing 44 pull-ups on a moving truck. So with the pull-up bar was connected to the trucks, and they were moving, and he was doing the pull-ups. The previous record was 35. He broke the record. So how many pull-ups do you think you can do?
If I had a pull-up bar, probably 50.
You think you could do 50 pull-ups?
I would bet you every single penny you have that you can't do that. A tenth of that.
I bet you couldn't do
5.
1. I bet you could do 1.
I did 50 easy, man.
There is no way you did 50.
I will bet you the title to your bus that you can't do 5.
No. Well, what are you willing to put up?
Whatever you want. Title to my Jeep.
Already got one.
Let's just make it easy.
What?
$100 bill.
Yeah, but there's no pull-up bar around here.
I will bring it tomorrow.
Oh, not a problem. We go to the park.
I will bring it tomorrow.
I got to get in shape first.
Oh.
No, you said you could do it now.
You know where there's a pull-up bar?
Oh.
In Lovington at the core.
I know that. Well, yeah, in Hobbs. Yeah.
So let's arrange that. $100 bill.
It's going to take more than that.
Okay, let's do 1,000.
Nah.
I bet you $10,000 that you cannot do 50 pull-ups.
B, you got to keep it at home. Come on now. Keep it real,
Let's
brother.
do 10. Let's do 10.
How are you
10,000.
telling him to keep it real?
Look, I've done 100 before.
When?
I was going into the military. They wouldn't let me. I wanted to go in the Marines, and I would train at home. I built me this deal at the house. And I did 50 easy.
This is going to be interesting. How do you do a pull-up?
It depends.
No.
No. Pretty simple. How do you do a pull-up?
Do it one hand or two hands.
How many one-handed ones can you do, Tom?
So.
How do you do a pull-up?
Well, I mean, you do, B. I mean, you do. But you don't do any.
I can do 10. I can do 10.
I highly doubt it, because you'll break something if you do.
I can do 10, Tom. In fact, I did 10 today.
Lord,
so,
do you live in the Philippines? Please don't strike him down.
How do you do a pull-up?
You're criticizing him. He can do 10, and you just said you could do 50?
Yeah.
How do you do pull-ups?
So.
How do you do them, Tom?
You do them easy.
How?
And I'm not talking about
describe the actual exercise.
Depends that you're going to be wearing real soon. The pull-up depends. I'm not talking about those.
So there's a bar. What do you do to do a pull-up?
Well, first of all, you make sure the bar is real low. You don't put it like 10 feet high.
The height of the bar doesn't matter. If you can reach it and grab onto it, the height of the bar doesn't matter.
You do it waist high.
But besides, if you said you were going into the Marine Corps, those bars are well above you.
Yeah, I know. They wouldn't let me because of my brain.
I agree with that.
So please do tell me, how do you do a pull-up? I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
Well, I can't describe it. I just got to do it, man.
So you just can't reach up and
grab a bar and pull yourself up.
Pull yourself up.
Right.
That's 1. Let
2,
yourself
3,
down.
4.
That's 2.
20, 50. There you go. I already did it.
No.
God bless you. God bless you. What day do you leave?
Friday afternoon.
I thought it was Tuesday.
No, but it officially begins Tuesday. We're off Monday, right? So.
Can we let you go early? Like
today?
I'm just
no. People have to pick up the slack for that when that happens.
Oh, we could get a monkey to do that. Not a problem. All right, good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington. You can take care of all your insurance, home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, everything in between. Give him a call if you need insurance. 575-396-0513. Looking for an agent that can take care of you. Herschel Rustin Hayes, 575-396-0513. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
Okay, everyone knows that kids love the holidays.
Right.
But what exactly do they love about them? Like, in order. And since Christmas is less than a week away now, someone looked into it with a new survey. And here are the top things kids are excited about right now. And maybe even Tom. Okay, number 1. These are the top 5, by the way. Number 1, the gifts. We all thought that would be the obvious choice, but it still only got 22% of the vote. Tom, you're supposed to wait to open that.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, any guesses? Visiting Santa. So if you're standing in a long line at the mall, just know that your kid is super amped to visit Santa. Number 3, Kevin, got a guess?
No idea. I'm still trying to put these pills together.
Okay, you're going to like this one. Number 3 is decorating the house. The kids really love decorating the house and the Christmas tree. Number 4, kids have something in common with Tom. They look forward to the food. 11% of them like big family dinners this time of year. And the top 5, the number 5 in the top 5 is not going to school, which got about 8% of the vote. I thought that one might rank a little bit higher, but it didn't. Now, just barely missing out of the top 5 with 6% of the vote is seeing family that they don't get to see other times of the year.
Right.
Right. And then, also barely missing out was cookies and other sweets. But I think that kind of rolled in with the meal. And that is your good news of the day.
All right, Tom, anything on the text line quickly, if you would?
No, we're caught up as I'm trying to open my present.
He's involved in his own thing. So
I'm opening it. That Russ Bite gave it to me. I gave him a bottle of whiskey last week. Oh, look at this, man. Sausages.
It's a sausage party.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Russ.
Let's get on out of here, Kevin.
God bless you, Tom. God bless you. Go do some pull-ups. All right, news this morning being brought to you by Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, your choice for your next HVAC or heating job. Enrique Rocha can take care of all your air conditioning and heating. He is he knows what he's doing. He's in charge of all of our air conditioning and heaters. And when it comes time in the summer, when air conditions are needed to keep the radio stations on the air, he's our go-to guy. Call Enrique today, 631-1999, 631-1999. We'll see you tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of B and the Breakfast Club on W105.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe.